Yes, indeed. What's up, everybody? This is the live Ringside Report Network WWE Clash of Champions watch along. I am Dave Simon. My brother is here, Ben Simon, and of course, the big man is with us. One of the top professional wrestlers that I know, Big Johnny North. And we are watching the Clash of Champions. And I'm wearing my Phenomenal One AJ Styles t-shirt. And P1 is stepping into the ring. Flat Earther, stand up. It's AJ Styles, baby. AJ Styles is in the ring, and we are kicking this pay-per-view off with the Phenomenal One. This is the match that we came to see. It's a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Clash of Champions is starting off hot. It's AJ Styles, it's Sami Zayn, it's Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. By God, we're starting off strong here at the Clash. I'm excited. This is what everybody came to see, right? This is the match that we're all waiting for. Now we don't have to wait. Here comes AJ. Let's go.
This should be good, I hope.
High energy, John. So excited.
Should be good.
I hope it will be good, John. I agree.
It's my main event.
I agree with you. This is like the main event. You surprised it's starting the show?
Yeah, I hate to follow this, and I'm not. It actually kind of disappoints me a bit because now I'm like, now I got the rest of the show. Don't have this match to look forward to, and now every match has to live up to this. I would have preferred this to be like third on the card or something. Open the show. I mean, there's no crowd to get hot, but all right, let's bring it on.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, because after this, what is there to look forward to?
And when Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews have their match, it's gonna be like, oof.
Yeah, well, Roman and Jey Uso is what I'm looking forward to, and I hope that's the main event. But I don't know. That's a match that I want to see. That's a good one. But
I didn't mind Bobby Lashley, Apollo Crews last time around. SummerSlam, I thought they had a good match.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was Payback, actually.
Yeah, Payback, they had the best match at Payback.
Yeah,
Payback was the worst pay-per-view.
I'm just using them as an example.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But they actually did have the best match at Payback. I think we all gave them match of the night at Payback, no?
I think so. That's when Bobby won the U.S. title.
But it's true. Everything's kind of a step down after this match because what else can be better than this?
Unless this match sucks.
Well, we've talked about that already. Yes.
You know, things can happen. You know, sometimes
that triple threat
looks
match
too good on
great
paper.
On SmackDown.
I'd be surprised. How could this match not be good?
We talked about that stupid finish they might do, right? Where like one person gets the title, one person gets another title. That'd be a horrific way to end this match.
There's two titles on the line here because there's like an interim belt and like the real belt. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I think so. Right? Two titles on the line.
Like Sammy's got the interim belt.
Well, no, I mean Sammy's not the champion anymore, right? No. They stripped Sami at some point, so
Jeff's the interim.
I think Jeff is like the champion technically, even though Sami never lost the belt.
They said this match will crown the undisputed champion, not like the WWE champion that used to be back in the day.
Yeah, this will be I mean, whatever, but this will crown the Intercontinental Champion no matter what. Like, it doesn't really matter if there's one belt or two. Whoever's calling himself champion. After this, the winner will be the Intercontinental Champion.
They'll get themselves out of the hole they wrote themselves into.
Yeah. Here we go. The match has begun. The bell has rung. It's a triple threat ladder match. Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn.
You kind of worry a little bit, too, because it's like, well, Jeff Hardy's in another ladder match. What crazy thing is he going to do now?
Probably not as crazy as spots Matt has been involved in this year,
Yeah, Matt, I'm sure, has done crazier stuff this year than Jeff Hardy will do.
It feels like they're, like, living out each other's careers. Like, if anything, it would feel more like Jeff would be the one to go to AEW and, like, get his head bashed in every week. Not Matt, it's like judging by how we've seen their careers go. but no.
Yeah,
And like Jeff staying behind, he's an Intercontinental Champion WWE. It feels like the Matt route.
Jeff was the one with the spot monkey addiction, but now Matt Hardy seems to be the one with the spot monkey addiction. We'll see if Brother Nero gives into his addiction here tonight. So far, not much. AJ jumping over the top rope. What do you call that? Pescado. Hit Jeff Boy with the thing.
Forearm from
starting off slow. They're building it up. But yeah, Matt Hardy has been acting wild in 2020.
Oh, there we go.
That was a nice moonsault there by Sami Zayn.
Bouncing off the ropes there.
Yeah, with his legs.
Showing off his high athleticism.
It's not like a split-legged moonsault. I don't know what you call that, but he jumped up, his legs bounced off the top rope, and then he flipped over and moonsaulted. It was pretty cool. Nice maneuver.
I believe Sabu used to call that an Arabian moonsault. Because Sabu used to do that a lot.
Ah.
Pretty cool.
Old Sabu move. Except Sammy didn't botch it at all. He hit it perfectly.
He's not dead.
Yeah, he's fine. We didn't have to jump off 6 chairs to get there, so.
He sold a knee, but I think that was just him selling it. He wasn't actually hurt. At least I hope not.
Yeah, I hope nobody gets really hurt in this match. But I do expect him to go pretty hard. This is a big match. The anticipation is high. We're all expecting this to be the match of the night. Oh, Sammy takes a back body drop on a ladder. Ouchies. That hurts no matter how you take it. Doesn't matter. Right, John? I mean, you get back body dropped on a ladder like that, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt no matter how much you try and protect yourself.
You're right about that, but WWE, a lot of these ladders are fake, though. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Fake? They're not real ladders?
Wooden, I think.
Yeah. They're not meant for climbing. They're just meant for doing bumps on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're stunt ladders.
Seen this in the past,
Yeah, well, the ladders, when they break, it's like wood breaking, and it's like, well, shouldn't those be metal? It's weird.
Right.
Because they look like they're metal. They look like they're metal, but they're just spray painted. They're actually wooden ladders, which I guess there's a little more give. And a little less dangerous to go through, because if one of these metal ladders starts to splinter, those metal shards are going to be real bad.
You get stabbed.
Whereas the wood is not as dangerous. So I understand why they do it.
Hasn't always been like that, though. I feel like Attitude Era ladders were solid steel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Yeah, the one that Jeff's bumping on looks a little bit wooden, spray painted silver.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Sammy bumps on the ladder. I don't know what to believe
anymore.
Sammy's taken some rough bumps so far on the ladder. He's had a lot of time to rest his body. Makes sense. Shout out to Lauren Cronish on the chat. Antoinette, I see you. Antoinette out in Toronto. Bob Cote as well. And he talks about there's an NXT party. There was a party that some NXT people had, and that's why certain people will be missing from the card tonight. So Nikki Cross was supposed to wrestle Bayley. That match is scrapped, as far as we know.
Yeah.
I think Nikki Cross may have contracted COVID, right? That's the word. Is that Nikki Cross can't be there? Right? Her husband has COVID, or is her husband's in
NXT, right?
Who's she married to? Killian Dane.
That's right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He's Scottish too, right?
Or English?
I believe so.
I'm
not sure.
I thought he was Scottish. I don't know.
It's probable.
So okay. So Nikki Cross is out. So that match, Bayley may still wrestle, but we don't know against who. And then Ruby and Liv against Nia and Shayna is not happening because somebody has COVID. Right?
Well, because Dakota Kai lives with Shayna. So that's why.
Dakota Kai lives with Shayna?
Yeah.
Which one's
I don't know
Dakota
why,
Kai?
but that's their setup.
Oh, yeah, Dakota
She's the
Kai.
one with,
She's the evil one.
Gonzalez.
She's like Tegan Knox's arch nemesis, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think they might be in a relationship, actually. I think I read.
I could see that. I don't know.
I can't confirm or deny that. I didn't hear that. I just know they live together.
Well, I mean, two grown women living together. They have the money to live separately. I would assume that they would be in a relationship together, which...
Good for that.
Yeah, it's nice. Another wrestling couple.
Yeah, but you could assume for Mandy and Sonya as well, right?
Well, I know that I don't know Dakota Kai's sexual orientation. I know that Sonya is homosexual. I know Mandy is heterosexual, so I wouldn't assume that with Mandy. But I know that Shayna is a lesbian. And I don't know about Dakota Kai. Like, I barely know who Dakota Kai is, you know? So I don't know. I don't care. Antoinette dropping a super chat. She says, I will be on Thunderdome tomorrow. Look out for me. Oh, that's cool. Antoinette, and I think she said her son Roy was going to be on as well.
Oh, Roy.
I thought I saw her tweet
cool.
that. Yeah, so look out for Antoinette on Thunderdome tomorrow on Raw.
Do you get to know where you'll be? Like, do they tell you, like, look in this area?
I don't know.
From what they said, I think in the past, it's like the people that have been there for a couple of times and haven't done anything terrible, they get front center. So,
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Antoinette might have to earn the spot, perhaps.
Yeah. No Ku Klux Klan images now, Antoinette. None of that.
Yeah. Yeah, no crazy images. No Benoit.
No Benoit.
Yeah. No beheading videos. People put some crazy stuff there.
Apparently the KKK one, it was like Chris Jericho in a movie. Like this,
what?
He did like some like B horror movie where he's in a KKK suit.
The Jay and Silent Bob movie, yeah.
Jericho's in that, yeah? The new one?
Yeah. Yeah, he's the KK guy.
Okay, there you go.
Antoinette says once she gets into the Thunderdome, she'll know like where she is. I'll look out for her. I'll be watching Raw, trying to find Antoinette.
In the sea.
I haven't really tried to get on Thunderdome. Yeah, that's it. It's like, I don't know. I don't really watch Raw live anyway, so.
Remember we used to do that every week.
Yeah. I got other things to do. This match has been going all right. Not the craziest ladder match we've ever seen, you know, but they've all taken some bumps.
Well, it's just getting started.
Is it?
I hope so.
I don't know. We're like a good 10 minutes into this, right?
Yeah, we'll give them 20 minutes. Let's see what they can do. That's what I hope we're going for here, not 15.
You think they're getting 20 minutes?
I'd like to think so.
I would hope so.
I look at the other matches, I'm like, this definitely should get 20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially with the roster change, they might have said, we got to stretch this out here, pal. I'll owe you one.
It's bad that they lost 2 matches because of a COVID outbreak, you know? That's not good.
Well, NXT people shouldn't have been having parties.
Yeah, it could have been much worse, though. I mean...
Well, they're loosening restrictions in Florida, so who knows what things are going to be like.
Yeah. You know, you get one of these big outbreaks, this whole pay-per-view could have been canceled easily. You know? NXT outbreak, that spreads to the main roster. You got major trouble on your hands. We could have been without the Clash of Champions. And, like, Roman Reigns, he stepped out for so long. Sami Zayn, he was gone for so long. And a lot of it was because, you know, they were worried about coronavirus. Now there's an NXT outbreak. Half of the people with coronavirus are members of Retribution. Like,
oh, really?
You know? Well, I don't know, but like...
all the lackeys, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the NXT Retribution jabronis under the hoods, you know? I would have guessed one of those guys had coronavirus. They had so many of them. Just based on pure numbers, you would expect. Wow, big kick there, the Helluva kick. from Sami. Jeff Hardy hit AJ with a move. Sami just hit his haluva kick on Jeff Hardy, and now Sami is climbing the ladder trying to get the titles.
Make yourself famous.
Oh, I picked Sami to win this, right, John? I said Sami was going to win, and you said AJ? Or no, Jeff. Jeff,
yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
I like Sami's chances, but he's a sentimental pick for me too.
Sami's all welted up.
Yeah.
He's taking a lot of bumps so far.
Why do they call it the haluva kick, not the hell of a kick?
I don't know. It's spelled hell of a.
Because they don't want to say hell. That's why.
Well, they don't want to say hell, but they'll like say like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" or like they were saying hose last week.
Yeah, they were saying hose.
Oh.
I put bigger cups, but then I put salt in one. So
Oh.
that's for David.
I don't want salt.
I'll take salt.
Yeah, so I can make more if you want. But
That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Such nice service.
God
Oh,
bless.
no.
We got coffees. No, that's good. That's
I had to
fine.
get rid of like half of it.
You're getting
Fine.
invaded?
No, we just
Hey,
got coffee.
You're invaded by a hand.
Should we get invaded? Should we do the invasion now?
Coffee.
No.
Later. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
He's being unruly.
Yes.
No, we just got
Invasion can't.
we just got
Yeah.
coffee delivered to us,
Got
which
held
was
at the gate.
nice. And then my son was around, but he's being a little unruly now, so we're not going to have him jump in on the show.
Whoa.
But John, he did pick Randy Orton to win the title tonight, so you'll be happy.
Yes. Good job, Zebby. Good job.
Good.
Shout out to Alex Tarras. Shout out to Franco316. Lauren Cronish asking us a question. Yes.
What's he asking?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Doesn't matter. The answer is yes, all right?
Okay.
Answer is always yes. Just having a little dessert with our coffee while we watch a pay-per-view. We're partying here. We're having a party. Fiesta. Like R. Kelly and Jay-Z, baby. You're R. Kelly. Fiesta. You know, I was thinking about R. Kelly the other day, and this is where the show is about to
In what
devolve.
context?
I take one bite of banana bread, and the show devolves, okay?
It's like Scooby snacks or something.
So, the aura...
That AJ bump. Wow.
But he got hit with a ladder.
No, but he got like gutted on the ropes and then like bounced off the ropes.
AJ Styles is a hell of a wrestler.
He's awaiting trial, isn't he, R. Kelly?
Yeah. Now listen. Jay-Z did an album with R. Kelly called Best of Both Worlds. Okay? They were going to go tour. They were going to go tour together to support the album. But then the aura, R. Kelly, had court issues because of some underage ladies that he was hanging out with.
Is it the urination one or is this a different one?
I think it was the urination one, right? But he got off, right? He got off.
The witness, she didn't want to testify.
Right.
She'd been through it.
Right.
Her name got out, I think, that happened.
Yes. So, Jeff's on top of the ladder. So Jay-Z and R. Kelly. Oh my God, Jeff is doing a handstand. He's climbing down the ladder, hands first. Oh, good God Almighty!
That's a spot.
Oh man, Jeff Hardy just got ass over tea kettle, tossed over the ladder. Then the ladder fell on him as he tumbled out of the ring. Holy shit!
High risk maneuver.
Holy shit! That is a holy shit moment, baby. Dang! Oh, wow! Hey, he's trying to keep up with Matt. He's like, oh yeah, I saw your Sammy Guevara match, and I'll see you this. He's like, hey Matt, I'm gonna live for the moment. My God. Patrick C. Hamilton says, nice mug. Where can we buy them? And he's talking about his sweet mug, the Ringside Report mug. I don't think he's talking about this mug, although this is a cool mug as well. But
I know where
he's talking about the Ringside Report mug. You can't buy them anywhere yet, but I really think we should sell them. I don't know why we're not selling them. We should sell them, right, Patrick? We should be selling this merch. You'd buy a mug, right? Everybody would buy a mug, right?
It's a nice mug.
Yeah, it's a good mug. We're gonna start selling Ringside Report coffee mugs. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for you, Patrick, because you asked and you dropped a 777 super chat. I love the sevens. I love it. It's lucky. It's your lucky day, and because you dropped that super chat, I'm gonna put that super chat money to the production of mugs that we can mass produce and then sell to you guys to then hopefully make more money, like a profit. That would be amazing.
That mug,
business 101.
that mug over there, you can get at the Espace Dali gift shop in Montmartre in Paris.
Oh, la la la. Okay, so Jay-Z and R. Kelly do an album, okay? Best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds. Good album. Very good album, actually. To be honest, the album is sick. Oh, AJ Styles with a moonsault off the announce table that he turns into a scorpion death drop.
Classic AJ move.
What a beautiful maneuver from AJ Styles. The phenomenal
Vintage
one.
Alan Jones.
Oh, he's so good. This match is
TNA.
It's picking up.
Oh yeah, baby. It's living up. It's living up to these expectations. I'm loving it so far. I'm going to get through my Jay-Z story at some point, okay? So Jay-Z does the album with R. Kelly, okay? Oh, this match is too exciting to tell a story. See, AJ had the ladder draped across the apron and the announce table, and then he went to put Sami on the ladder, but when he did that, the ladder kind of fell off, so he had to like drop Sami down and then reposition the ladder, and now he's picking him back up and putting him on the ladder.
He looked pissed off.
That was a bit of a botchamania moment there, but you know, when you're dealing with ladders and stuff, these things happen. Sami's draped on a ladder that's across the announce table and the apron. But here comes Jeff Hardy, hits AJ with a ladder, and now Jeff is looking at Sami like he's got an idea.
He's got evil intentions.
Oh, Jeff's taking his shirt off. He's going to go to the top rope, baby. And I think... Oh, no, he's not going to the top rope. He's going to climb a ladder. This is classic Jeff Hardy right here.
Shades of Mania 17.
There's a man splayed out on a ladder beneath him, and he's climbing a ladder, and he's about to go... and do the Swanton Bomb.
Usually these spots take him out of the match.
Oh, he's going all the way to the tippy top of the ladder.
My goodness.
Arms stretched. Jeff Hardy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, whoa, shit. Oh, he killed Sami on that one. That looked so rough. Oh yeah,
Sami's feeling it.
Oh, Sami's in pain.
He's like, oh.
Sami goes through the ladder. Jeff goes through the ladder. Swanton off the top of the ladder. Oh, shit.
That's a highlight reel one there.
Oh,
Jesus.
That was awesome. Oh, man, that was awesome. This match is fucking great.
Can AJ Styles take advantage?
Wow.
So what's this JC story?
Well, they did a callback before the match started. I think it was one of the WrestleManias or Mind the Bank.
23.
The same thing too.
23. He did a leg drop on Edge or like a senton. Took them both out of the match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy won that one.
Brother Nero, I knew you'd come.
Kennedy.
So,
See right there?
R. Kelly, they can't tour for the album with Jay-Z, right? Because R. Kelly gets in legal trouble because of underage pee-pee girls, the pee-pee video. He gets off.
Oh, he got off.
Instead of Jay-Z distancing himself from R. Kelly, they record another album. They call it Unfinished Business. Okay? They go on tour.
So what, 2002?
The tour, 2002, 2003, maybe 2004.
Black Album's 04. Yeah.
In that range, I'll tell you right now, Unfinished Business. So they go on tour for Unfinished Business. The tour, after like a few dates, fizzles out because Jay-Z and R. Kelly can't agree on who goes on last. And they just like, their friendship dissolves, it all just ends. He stuck by him through the whole thing, but tour,
he'll be damned if he opens for him.
The tour was
he will not play before him.
Look, I will do a second album with you, R. Kelly, even if there's a pee-pee video of you with a 14-year-old girl. But by God, if you make me open up for you, it's fucking over, R. Kelly.
If I have to say the words, y'all excited for R. Kelly tonight, we're done.
Hova,
Can't do it.
it's your boy, Young.
Co-headlining tours, you know? That's the thing. You know,
That's one of my favorite.
It's a big thing.
2004 studio album.
You got a poster of that, didn't you?
2004. Unfinished business.
That's too good.
It's a good story.
Sort of.
Just goes to show you business before everything.
He's a businessman.
I just love it. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, R. Kelly got in trouble back then, and Jay-Z, instead of like they did an album, and then he got in trouble, and they're like, oh, cancel the tour. And then they're like, unfinished business, let's do another album.
And let's try another tour.
God damn. They canceled the tour. There's a Rolling Stone article for 2004 because tensions reached breaking point on Best of Both Worlds tour. After they did the second album, they went on tour again. Wow. Kelly left the stage during a show because he said he saw people in the audience with guns. After a search turned up no weapon, Kelly returned to the stage when he and his two bodyguards were hit in the face with pepper spray by a member of Jay-Z's entourage, according to R. Kelly's publicist. Kelly was taken to the hospital, treated for his injuries, and released. Jay-Z played a set as scheduled that night. Oh, man. In an interview on New York radio, Jay-Z voiced his displeasure with Kelly leaving the stage. He says, this is just disrespectful. Everybody grabbed their Best of Both Worlds albums. And it's just released follow-up Unfinished Business because that's it. I went out of my way. The first night in Chicago was terrible. I'm waiting in my white suit for 2 hours. The guy don't come downstairs. You don't do that. The fans deserve
White
better.
suit.
R. Kelly came back and he said, the fans deserve better than this. I'd like the show to go on. It's really disappointing that Jay-Z and the promoter don't. Oh, shit. That's one of my favorite rap stories ever. Like, they tried, you know? And apparently they tried because Jay-Z and R. Kelly's moms were friends, and they did that one Fiesta song together, and their moms, like, loved it so much that they begged their sons to do an album together, and that's how it came together. Mama's Boys.
R. Kelly's from New York?
No, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, because I figured that was like his home base of operations for his weird sex cult.
Yeah, Chicago. That's where he's from. He's a freak. He's a bad man.
Bad.
Did Sami Zayn just clip Jeff Hardy's ear to a ladder?
He took a lesson from Randy.
Yeah, I think that
Work
was
the ears.
saying the callback, yeah.
So Sami Zayn's doing like a Toru Yano style victory where he just like traps his opponent so that they can't move so that he can win. If you don't know, if you're not watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, Toru Yano is a comedic wrestler, and he always has like tape in his trunks. So he'll like fight a guy in the entranceway, and then he'll like tape him to. He wrapped somebody in tape to like one of the young boys, the young lions around the ring, and then they were stuck and they couldn't race back to the ring. So Yano just ran back to the ring, and he won that way. That's how he won the match. It's pretty awesome.
Creative.
I could give you later on. Actually, we just started this thing. We're in the first match, but in a little bit, I'm going to give you a New Japan G1 Climax update, okay? You guys will all know what's going on in the real wrestling company, New Japan Pro Wrestling in Japan.
What's going on with the Climax? So long.
Derek John says Usher was in attendance and took over for R. Kelly during that show. That's fantastic. Such a good story. Such a good story. Jay-Z. There's a lot of stories like that would haunt Jay-Z. That's why Jay-Z doesn't run for political office. People are like, you should run for vice president. No, he shouldn't. He shot his brother. He stabbed another guy. He pushed a woman in the face. Like, he's done a lot of stuff. If you look up Jay-Z pushes woman on YouTube, you can see it. It's there. I've seen it many times. Jay-Z's not as clean as his image is right now. He shot his brother. And he has a song about it. You think that guy could be vice president of the United States? Could you imagine shooting me with a gun? Because I stole like a ring or something? God, it's insane.
Did he kill?
No. Apparently his brother called him to the hospital and forgave him. He was like, I'm sorry. It was my fault. Jay-Z was like, yeah, it was your fault. I think his brother was on the pipe. stole his ring to sell it to get more crack or whatever, and Jay-Z shot him. Hard times, baby. Hard times.
I honestly think the pushing the woman video would actually get him in more trouble at this point.
Yeah. You should see it, too. Right in the face. He mushed her.
Is it like a crowded hallway?
You want me to do it to you? You know what a mushing is, John? You know what a mush is? I'm going to mush you. It's like this.
Oh, yeah, I saw that video. Just like, oh, yeah,
He does that to her. He goes,
Yeah, so I walked up to him and he goes, like, get out of my face.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And,
You don't
like,
do
he
that.
didn't even know who she was, right? It's just
I don't know.
randomly done.
I think he may have known who she was. Dr. Dre did worse. He, like, choked a woman.
Like his girlfriend?
No, she was a reporter. Oh! Sammy got the belts!
Sami Zayn.
Jeff Hardy freed himself. AJ freed himself from the handcuffs, but they couldn't get there in time. Sami Zayn gets to the top, grabs the belts. Sami Zayn, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion.
That's right.
Montreal, stand up. Yeah.
NDG.
My man, Sami Zayn.
Well, fair to say, I think this was match of the night so far. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
John-
if it's going to be able to beat this now.
It's the first match.
10 second.
Second, I guess. Yeah, technically. There was a pre-show match.
That was a good match.
Cesaro and Nakamura defeated the Lucha House Party. I like all those guys. It was a good match, but this is way better. This was really good. And they gave them about 25, 30 minutes.
They needed to.
Right? We're sitting here.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
needed to.
7:37. This match started about 5 minutes into the show, 6 minutes in. So roughly a 30-minute match, man. That was really good.
Why is it Night of Champions Gold Rush? What's up with that?
They gimmick every pay-per-view. What's that, John? What are you saying?
Well, it's just because now Clash of Champions, it's finally like every match is a title match. Like before, I don't think they actually had that. I feel like sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I said
title
Night of
matches,
Champions.
but all the matches.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
every
no
match.
champions.
Oh, that's why. That's the gimmick. It's like Gold Rush means all the titles are defended. Every match is a title match. I get it.
All right.
Do you guys want to hear the New Japan update, or does no one give a shit? I feel like no one cares about New Japan Pro Wrestling, even though the wrestling's really, really good.
Well, the problem is, like, ever since like the Bullet Club like didn't become guys like in the Elite, then I think people lost a lot of interest.
It's still really good. It's the best pure pro wrestling on the planet, top to bottom. There's nothing better. Oh, there's Kayla. She's gonna interview Samuel Zayn. I want to know what he's saying. Yeah, he's saying, he was champion the whole time, And still. And still. This Sami Zayn character is really great. The over-the-top, just like arrogant, slightly delusional. And he's winning, nonstop
I'm
winning.
really happy he's winning. Because usually, like, they would just bury him and make him like, oh, you're just a crybaby, Sammy. And just bury him and get his ass kicked. But now he's winning matches.
Sammy
Right.
just had a
That's true,
kick-ass match. Kick-ass match. The storyline made a ton of sense with the Intercontinental title. With two of the best in the company, AJ and Jeff. And Sammy came out on top. Intercontinental champion.
Fantastic.
As he should, man. He's a younger man in this match. He's got more years ahead of him, you would assume. Although he is injury prone.
And also,
But
Wesley.
it's sad too. He hasn't had these kind of matches where he's had a great match and then he came out the victor. Like you said in the past, like he usually loses.
And he gets embarrassed at the same time.
Yeah, but he's very good. He's doing great promos. This makes sense to me. And, John, I also told you that it would happen, and you said that it wouldn't. So,
Congratulations.
Toad
I'm not going to brag about being right, because after last night, I don't really need to anymore. Hey, John, did you hear? We did a UFC 253 watch-along last night. And
I heard bits and pieces. I fell asleep a couple times.
I went 4-1 overall on my pay-per-view picks. 4-1, okay? I took Adesanya.
Yeah, it was just a lightweight match that screwed you up.
Light heavyweight, yeah. I took Adesanya. Fred and AJ both took Paulo Costa. But really, the more impressive thing is that AJ went 0 for 5. You know how AJ's always saying he's always right? Well, last night,
Yeah.
he was 0 for 5 on his picks for the pay-per-view. So that was really good. We had a good time making fun of him with that one. Good time. And now anytime he ever says he's always right, we can just say UFC 253, 0 for 5. I mean, 0 for 5 is hard to do. You would think he'd get one right. Couldn't even get one right. Amazing.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Good pay-per-view last night, too. Hell of a main event.
Was Diego Sanchez on the main event? On the pay-per-view?
No, he was on the prelims.
Oh, okay, because I didn't think he picked Diego.
No, he didn't.
But
He picked everybody that lost. Everybody that lost on the prelims, he picked. Sajara Eubanks, Tukugov, Reyes, Costa. Just losers. Nothing but losers. What's Ronald Truth doing here?
Oh, what's wrong?
defend his title?
Yeah, it's Ronald Truth. I don't know. He's dressed up. He's got a beard.
He's a prospector because of the gold rush.
Oh, I get it.
There's gold in them hills,
Oh,
Sheriff.
that's what he's doing. See, this is why we need you on the show, because you understand the stupid gimmicks they're trying to do. He's a prospector looking for gold.
Like Stinky Pete.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of Stinky Pete.
Okay, you got to come over here and give me your predictions if you want gummies.
Okay.
We got to get his predictions for the rest of the card here. All right. No, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Come around this way. Come behind him. Get over here.
All directions well. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Come here.
He's a good boy.
Come here, boy.
You're all right there, boy.
All that hair.
Got a lot of hair going. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are we picking for the pay-per-view tonight? Oh, did R-Truth just lose the 24/7
Goulash.
title? Who just beat R-Truth for the
Drew
24/7 title?
No.
Isn't that Drew Gulak?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you have in Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre? Who's going to win?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton? Okay, how about Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso?
Jey Uso.
Jey
Oh,
Uso?
bold.
You don't think Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. What about Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza?
Street Profits.
Street Profits? Okay. How about Asuka versus Zelina Vega?
Doing Vega.
Zelina Vega?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
got
bold
hot
today.
takes,
He's so
hot
bold.
takes.
And how about Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews?
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews is going to take the title back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the Jeff Hardy,
Wow.
Sami Zayn, AJ Styles match?
Yep.
Was it good?
Yep.
Who won?
AJ Styles.
No, Sami Zayn won.
Yeah, my name.
Was it good?
Yeah.
You see them go through ladders?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, eh? You want to say hi to Johnny North?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
You want to say
Hi, Debbie.
hi
What's
to
up?
the Wrestling Uncensored Universe?
Yeah.
Say hi to Wrestling Uncensored Universe.
Hi.
That's it? Wave to that right there. See the camera? Wave. All right. Good boy. Now you get treats because you did your trick. Your wrestling
Oh, he's happy now.
prediction tricks.
Brought to you by.
Oh, there's Zelina Vega. You think she's going to beat Asuka?
Yeah.
All right. Well, see you later, buddy. Enjoy the pay-per-view. Yeah. He's a good
I guess you guys would
prognosticator.
know this.
He's good at predicting, you know.
I gotta say though, Jey Uso, that's a bold pick.
That's very bold. Very bold.
Zelina Vega is really bold too.
I know, but man, he's been right a lot of times when we thought he was going to be wrong. So you never know.
It's possible.
You never know.
It's possible.
Imagine if Zelina Vega actually does beat Asuka. Then we're going to think like, oh, the boys know something. He knows.
Something's wrong with Raw if that happened.
Yeah, Zelina should not beat Asuka, but hey, the match got promoted from the pre-show to the pay-per-view.
Could mean something.
Because it's the only women's match on the show now.
They're not going to find somebody for Bayley?
I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley just comes out and does a promo. That's it.
Zelina looks great. Like, she looks like a superstar, you know?
Well, I think that's the great thing about her is her look. Like, she's a 10 on 10 on that, but
yeah.
In terms of the wrestling, though, I think Brett would give her generously a 3.
Oh, Brett.
Oh, well, Brett's a very harsh critic, John.
Yeah. He'd be like, I saw, Bull Nakano wrestle, she was a great wrestler, I wrestled Bull, sometimes in Japan, we'd have good matches, I'd go over, of course, but why am I doing the Bret Hart impressions? You're the one with the Bret Hart impression.
I don't know why you're doing the Bret Hart impression.
I'm just doing your impression.
Hey, I'm Bret Hart, and, hey, ask me a question not about Bret Hart.
Is Hulk Hogan a better wrestler than everyone else?
Well, Hulk Hogan, he made a lot of money. He wasn't really a great wrestler. I had some really good matches with my brother Owen, and had some great matches with Dynamite Kid and Stampede Wrestling with my father Stu there. He was the promoter in Calgary. And, of course, with the British Bulldog out in England, I carried him to a great match at SummerSlam. Hulk Hogan couldn't lace my boots.
Neither could Triple H,
Yeah, Triple H is the shits.
4 on 10, I know.
You ask Bret Hart a question about anything, like, hey, Bret, is it a nice day today where you're living? What's it like in Calgary today? Oh, I'll tell you, I was a great wrestler, and I came from Calgary. It's a pretty nice day, but Bret Hart was a lot nicer as far as being in the ring. And, I had a lot of great fans out in Germany and England.
Always the German fans.
I always had great... He always talks about his German fans. I don't think Bret is prouder of any fans than his German fans.
They came out for him.
I had great fans in India. It was 100,000 people came out to greet me when I came off the plane in India. I love Bret Hart so much. He's the greatest wrestler of all time, but it's funny to, there's just certain Bret-isms that you kind of catch up on. When, you catch on to when you watch enough Bret and enough Bret interviews that are just, it's like no matter what you ask Bret, it will likely come back to how great Bret is. And I don't ever fault him for it. If he were anybody else, I'd be like, come on, this guy's a little obsessed. But it's like, yeah, no, I get it. You were that great, Bret. You're really good. It's like when you talk to Michael Jordan, I'm sure a lot of the conversations wind up being, yeah, I was really good. These other basketball players were terrible. And it's like, yeah, well, yeah, you're not wrong, Michael Jordan. You are like a million times better than any guy that's ever put on a pair of basketball shoes. So, when you're talking to Bret and he talks about how great he is, on the one hand, you're like, not that humble. But on the other hand, you're like, very realistic, Correct, Bret. You're not wrong. When he said he was the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, he wasn't bragging. He was just kind of letting you know. Hey, by the way, guys, I'm the best.
Can't deny how good those matches were.
Damn right. Greatest wrestler I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by far.
So much of his work holds up, a lot of guys, sometimes some matches hold up, a lot of matches, left to the past, but Bret's just, there's just dynamic, dynamicism, just, you would do moves, that are now like standard today, but back then it's like, oh, a suicide dive, and
he would do moves though that people don't do today that are very simple, that are very effective, that you just don't see very often, like a backbreaker, a side Russian leg sweep.
I love that side Russian leg sweep.
His side Russian leg sweep is beautiful. An abdominal stretch, like they were just moves that Bret would do. He didn't do anything complicated. Like I see a lot of wrestlers today doing things that Bret Hart could never do athletically. But it wasn't about that. It was the place that he put the moves in his match, the way he told the story. When you thought he was going to do one thing, he did the other. It wasn't like crazy bombs. Brett never did a Hurricane Rana in his life. I don't think he could, you know? Owen could, but that wasn't what Brett did. He did simple shit, but in a very complicated way, you know?
His finishes were always pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Well thought out, creative finishes, too.
But, like, you can't be like, oh, remember that big Brett bump? Like, you know, Brett didn't take big bumps. He wasn't a guy like if Brett was wrestling today, it would be weird because he'd be in this era where, well, you have to take a massive bump if you're expected to have a great match. You know, like most great matches today that are critically acclaimed, you'll see somebody get dropped on their head because that's just part of it, right? Like the bumps are far more intense today than they were in Brett's day. Far more intense. In every company. Right?
I kind of disagree with that. I mean, I think a lot of wrestlers, especially today, they steal that Brett Hakushi suplex to the outside. And that's one of the craziest bumps.
Okay.
Also, wrestlers back then had more chair shots to the head.
But that was not an ordinary Bret Hart thing. You know, when you think about the great wrestlers today, they're taking far more risks than Bret ever did. With himself or his opponents.
Pile drivers, though?
What?
They came pretty frequently
come
back
on.
then. Pile drivers were very
Pile
nasty.
drivers. No, they're not. They're really not.
It's just there's been a lot of bad experiences for a lot of people, so that's why pile drivers are so deadly, unfortunately.
So it's an interesting question, you know? Who has it worse, like, bump-wise? I mean, it's the ring's more padded around, like... You rarely hear people
I would say for sure the guys today, man. For sure the guys today have to bump harder than the guys in Brett's day. In the early 90s? Mid-90s? Come on. Really?
No, that's a good question, though. Because the ring was a lot more stiff back then.
Yeah, okay, the ring was stiffer, but if you look at the actual moves that they hit, I mean, things are more complicated and more high risk today. I can't believe we're disagreeing on this.
It's an interesting topic.
Really? I mean, did you see that ladder match? Did you see that ladder match we just saw? Do you remember the ladder match that everybody thought was crazy at WrestleMania 10 between Shawn and Razor? Go back and watch that. And then go back and watch tonight's ladder match. If tonight's ladder match happened at WrestleMania 10, people's heads would explode. Yeah. Come on.
Well, I think people would love it because it's Shawn. I think Shawn's the greatest storyteller of all time. So.
Whatever. Zelina is actually making this close. Like, this has not been an easy match for Asuka. Zelina's getting tons of offense. It's not been terrible. It's not been terrible. I don't know why you guys have this thing against Zelina Vega.
I got nothing against her.
I don't think she's a bad wrestler.
I never said nothing.
Oh, well, Johnny then.
I always liked her.
I was lumping you in with Johnny.
The Mickie James match was bad. You can't deny that.
Yeah, okay.
She's been wrestling for a while, isn't she, Zelina? Didn't she?
Yeah.
Wasn't she one of those like girls with like LAX?
Yeah,
back
she
in the
was
day,
in TNA.
They had like what was like Conan, like they had like two ladies who would do like Hurricane Rana. Wasn't she one of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's like Sarita or something. She was like...
I like Zelina Vega. Hurricane Rana. Like, is she the best? No, but she's in there with Asuka, who is the best. And they're having a good match right now.
She likes video games.
She's married to Aleister Black.
You know, she's on, up, up, down, down often, Makes her endearing.
She seems cool.
Yeah. She likes Mortal Kombat. It's cool.
I got Battlegrounds. Johnny North bought me Battlegrounds for my birthday. My birthday's on Saturday, October 3rd. Thank you, John. We played it together this week. It was
pretty fun.
Yeah, it was good. We like it.
Well, that's good. Like, we were kind of wondering if it was a good game or not, because usually it's the 2K games, right, that come out, but they came out with this instead.
Yeah, it's a 2K production. It's like a little different than the other games. It's good. Like, I wouldn't say it's a good game, but it's fun to play. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like a very deep wrestling game. The movesets are kind of... it's not very deep moveset. Not a lot of...
All-Stars was a better game.
Yeah, like as far as the depth of the game and, Oh, there you go. Asuka locks, Zelina taps out. Asuka retains the Raw Women's Championship. Decent match. That was not bad. I didn't hate that.
It was better than the Mickie James match, by far.
There you go.
Like, without question, yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. Was it incredible? No, but it didn't have to be. It was following that triple threat ladder match. It did what it needed to do. I thought that was fine. Good placement on the card as well. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was good. Solid. But Battlegrounds, the roster's pretty cool, except when you get the game, nobody's unlocked. You have 4 or 5 wrestlers, nobody's unlocked, and then you have to work the campaign mode, like the solo player campaign mode, really hard to get, XP, So you use the XP points to unlock different wrestlers. But my God, you have to do a lot of work and a lot of matches to get that XP. But you could, pay for it.
Which is what they want.
You could buy gold and unlock everything for $40, but I'm not doing that. I'm not paying extra to unlock characters if I can just play the game and get them over time. But there's a lot of unlockables, which I like. I like things to unlock because it gives you something to do. If it's just like a campaign mode where you get certain things, but it's not like new characters, I don't really care. So the characters are like motivation to kind of keep playing.
Good roster too.
Good roster. Fun little gimmicks, you can whip people into an alligator, you can do different things. But there's just certain aspects of the game that I don't like. Like you can't get XP. Like I wanted to go play offline, but you can't get XP unless you're playing online. So that's kind of weird. Oh, Asuka showing respect to Zelina Vega, shaking her hand. Zelina doesn't want it.
Zelina says no.
Asuka showing respect. Oh, no, Zelina bows to Asuka.
Oh.
Showing the respect.
Oh.
Asuka bows back and Zelina attacks. Good God Almighty.
Disrespect. Can't fake a bow.
Oh, Zelina. Asuka was showing respect to you.
That's not cool. Can't fake a bow.
Be cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Now Asuka's mad. She's on the microphone. Well, she's like, hey, let's have another match. Zelina's like,
she's fired up.
So you can't get XP offline for the game. We tried to do a Royal Rumble that you can't do 2 players for some reason. Weird. Don't put out a video game if the Royal Rumble option is only terrible. 1 player. How terrible is that, right? It's the worst. And it's only a 10-person Rumble, which is okay, but at least make it 2 players. The 2-player options are all right. You could do a triple threat match, fatal 4-way,
cage match is fun.
Tag team cage
with the
match.
Money.
Yeah, the cage match is kind of fun. You have to climb up the cage and grab money, and then there are intervals where the cage is electric, so you can't climb it at all, and if you do, you get hurt. So it's kind of cool. There's different little things like that, little gimmicks. It's gimmicky and it's fun. It's fun, but there are things that need improvement. If you gave me this game, I would say, okay, well, you need to fix this, and this. You need to give each character more moves. They need to be a little bit more specific to the person that they are. The moves are just kind of random, and a lot of characters have the same moves. It's like Austin has the same move as Becky Lynch, and it's like, well, why is there, when you press B, is there only 1 move, and why is it the same move for half the roster? That is not great. The depth of moves is really not great. That's my main complaint. The fact that you can't get XP offline, that's just annoying to play it when you're not connected to the internet, which does happen for me. And the lack of multiplayer options is really not great. I tried to play a game online. I just waited and waited. Nothing happened, so I just gave up.
Also, I couldn't quite figure out what the power-ups were for. All the little things under your guy. There's a lot of colors, a lot of things that
Yeah, there's a lot of different...
I figured time would just help me with
that. I figured that out eventually, but there's still stuff that I don't quite understand.
Thumbstick, when your guy glows red to do the grapple, is that using a power-up? Or
I don't know. No, it's not. It's not, I don't think. But it's using stamina. There's a stamina meter, a health meter.
I didn't even notice the stamina meter.
And a power-up meter. There's 3 different meters, and it's hard to tell what the hell is going on. Yeah. Especially at first, it's really hard. Over time, you kind of figure it out, but I'm still not sure how you get special moves, how that power-up happens. It's a confusing game, but just to kind of smash around and play through a little bit, it's fun.
Got Hulk Hogan.
It's enjoyable. Is it a great game, well crafted by Nintendo, where it's really well done and it's perfect?
Or a NWO Revenge,
Yeah, it's not a classic wrestling game, but if you're looking for just a wrestling game to play, and you're looking for it, it's fun.
You could do a lot worse.
Yeah, it's
You can play 2K20.
Yeah, 2K20 was worse. Like, the 2K games I've not been impressed with. Of the wrestling games I've played by 2K, this is by far the best. So, not bad. Not bad.
Cool. Well, good to know. I'm glad you somewhat enjoyed the game.
No,
so far.
I do. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. I want to get through it. I want to beat all the things, and I'm almost at the WrestleMania section of the game, which is exciting. So, thank you, John. I appreciate it, man. Really nice birthday present. Early birthday present. I love it. I love surprises like that.
You're thoughtful.
You're welcome. Not easy to do that during COVID times, but still able to do surprises here and there.
Did you go into a store for me? You buy it at a store?
You wear a mask, John?
Or do you get it
No.
delivered?
I bought that online.
Nice. Smart.
But I had to drop that in your mailbox, I had to do the trek to your
Oh, yeah.
little area.
Public transit, too, you
No
use,
more.
right? Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's rough. As you guys have seen my videos.
Yeah, I have seen many of your videos on your Instagram at Genesis Johnny North. You showed up, but why didn't you ring the doorbell? Or why didn't you text me when you were still here? Like, it's weird how you do things. You're like a phantom, you know? You drop things off in my mailbox, and then you walk down the block, and then you text me, you're like, look in your mailbox. You didn't even tell me look in your mailbox. You're like, how's the new game? I'm like, I don't have it. I didn't buy it yet.
So mysterious.
And then you're like, look in your mailbox. And
Yeah.
I'm not even home right now.
You're a secret admirer.
Yeah, but like, you would think, if you're popping by that you might, text me before you show up, or text me when you're here so that I could, stick my head out the window and just wave to you. We could talk in person at a distance outside, but even that you didn't do. It was it was strange that you just kind of dropped it off and then disappeared like a thief in the night, right? You would think that you would just,
it's part of the surprise.
yeah,
It
but
works
part of the
better like
surprise.
that, I find.
No, I think it works better if I get to see my friend and I get to talk to you and say hi to you. Isn't that kind of no? Anyways, I was at work,
No, I
so
don't
you
think the
couldn't see
surprise
me.
works as well.
I wasn't home anyways, so it wouldn't have worked. But
It worked well enough.
well, yeah, I got a new video game. I wanted to get Battlegrounds, but I was gonna wait for the reviews. But I'm really glad that Johnny bought it for me. I didn't have to pay for it and everything. Sweet game. Good man. It's Roberto Lashley versus Apollos Crews.
Oh.
Here we go.
Again.
Here we go. Ho ho. So
You're
just to
playing the new Mario
recap.
now too.
What?
I said you're playing the new Mario as well now.
No, I'm not playing the new Mario. I'm not into getting games that have already been released. It's like, get it together, Nintendo. They released like 3 Mario games, but like from the Wii and the Wii U.
The GameCube.
Yeah,
And
they
N64.
re-released. Yeah, N64, Wii, and GameCube Mario games. It's like, dude, give me a new game. Don't give me 3 games in one and then act like it's a new game, Nintendo. No, I didn't buy that thing. Plus, I'm saving my money to get the 2 Mario Karts that come out in October.
2 Mario Kart?
Did you see that thing, John?
New Mario Kart?
It's
So
like,
the Mario Kart, it's in your room or something.
yeah, the Mario Kart in your living room. I showed you that. It's like he's got a camera on him, so you make a course in your living room, and then you play on the Switch in your living room. But I think you need 2 Switches to play with 2 carts.
Vague
So I think I'll only get 1 cart, because I only have 1 Switch. Unless you're gonna buy a Switch.
You can't, though. Didn't you say you can't buy a Switch right now?
They are coming out soon though. They've made more for the Christmas season.
Yeah.
They're printing a lot more Switches.
Yeah.
I want that Mario Kart thing though. That's gonna be sick. Oh, nice moonsault by Apollo off the apron on Bobby. U.S. title match. These guys have tossed the U.S. title back and forth.
Ricochet in Apollo's corner.
Richard O'Shea there with Apollo.
Maybe that'll, help extra weight, give Apollo that title back just like Zeph predicted.
He was wrong on this Zelina Vega prediction.
She put up a good fight, though. I'm sure that was part of it.
There's Montel Vontavious in Bobby's corner. I think Bobby's got Shelton in his corner, too. I didn't see Cedric, though. Do you see Cedric?
No, there's just 3 of them.
Where's Cedric?
Maybe he's got the
Oh,
COVID.
you can all speculate now.
Might have the COVID.
If you don't see Big Swole on AEW, then you know Cedric's got the Rona. Big Swole is married to Cedric, if you didn't know. But I knew. That's why I said it. Pretty good. Oh,
It'd be
Bobby!
interesting to see how Raw is actually. Like, I know there's a lot of guys not wrestling on the pay-per-view, but how will Raw like shape up? Like, who will be disappearing from the show again?
Maybe they'll finally push Kevin Owens.
Oh, he's got the Rona.
Oh no, he wouldn't go to a party.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he'd go to a party.
But who knows? You know, who knows how things get spread around.
The Fiend would go to a party.
Like if people are at a party,
He's stupid.
but then they go to Raw. You know, Kevin Owens could get it from him at Raw.
That's right.
What if
That's a good
Randy
point.
got the
Yeah.
Rona? Randy.
I think they would announce that by now. I think all the matches that are off are off. Like, they're not going to cancel Randy's big title victory tonight.
Title victory.
The coronation.
Yeah, we can call it a coronation. The coronation is actually for Raw. We got to wait
yes.
for that. It's just a victory tonight.
You know, I gotta say.
That's,
What were you gonna say, John?
What?
I was gonna pick up a new topic, but John, what were you gonna say?
well, I was just going to say, like, it might be the only thing worth watching left on this show, because I don't know if anything else is going to be that great.
Roman, baby.
Roman and Jey should be a good match. You know,
Ooh,
there'll be probably some pretty big high spots or something. You know.
Tribal Chief, bitch.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, I was pretty impressed. The Rock, you know, made a political statement. You know.
Whatever. For Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, but you know, when you're an action movie star, you know, it's a pretty like conservative fan base, and you don't usually want to rock that boat. You know. A lot of you know, like people like to talk about how, you know, movie stars are pretty lefty, but you know, most action stars are pretty Republican. You know, you got your Schwarzenegger,
another
your
Hollywood, another Hollywood elite leftist. I'm not impressed.
Oh, it's a risk for his career. If enough people decide they don't want to watch The Rock's movies anymore, I could hurt him.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin for Donald Trump. Give me a hell yeah if you grab motherfuckers by the pussy. What? I said grab them by the pussy. What? That's the one I'm looking forward to. Austin with the
I kind of agree with you, Dave.
Austin, you know, well, here's Rock's political ad. Let's see Stone Cold do one. And he's like very Republican and very offensive.
He came out for gay marriage, Stone Cold.
Oh, that's good.
He said he didn't have a problem with it.
Does he have a problem if a man marries another man and then beats up that man?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No. You think that was natural?
No. I love you, Stone Cold. I'm sorry. I always feel bad bringing up Stone Cold's domestic abuse past. Because there's a part of me that loves him so much, but then there's another part of me that's like, I think he might have hit Deborah.
Well, he had, you know.
There's a mugshot.
I think there's a strong possibility that he did.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like admitted as such.
He didn't do jail time, though, did he?
Did they settle, or I don't know.
I don't know what happened there.
Well,
but
sometimes in abuse cases, though.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes in abuse cases,
they drop the
the
charges.
abuse drops the charges.
Yeah.
You know, so that happens. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think he probably did. I mean, Deborah says he did, and I think Stone Cold kind of
Stone Cold's like, you know, I was not myself in those days or whatever.
I'm a better man now.
I have my demons. Although I'll still
Demons.
drink beer.
You got to blame the demons.
And if you hear JR talk about it too, he kind of pretty much says the same thing that Austin says. So that pretty much confirms it.
Oh, JR says the same thing that Austin says? Wow. Jim Ross parroting Steve Austin? What a shocker. God. But you know what I mean? You love Stone Cold, but then there's like that part, and you're like,
well, it's like, you know, we had this conversation when we were talking about Hogan.
Yeah, well, Hogan too. It's like, you love Hogan, you grew up on Hogan, but then he's a racist.
Do you separate the art from the artist?
I don't know. Well, I was talking last night how I've seen a lot of great comedians, But I don't know if I've ever seen a better comedian than Bill Cosby. You know, his act was fantastic.
Or Louis C.K. He was pretty
Louis
good too.
Louis C.K. was very funny as well. You know, but it's hard to separate the art from the man. But I don't know. Sometimes you do.
It's tricky. It's a tricky thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Did AJ bring up Michael Jackson?
No, AJ won't ever bring up Michael Jackson because he believes Michael never did anything to any of those kids.
Don't
Because
always say
didn't
that.
AJ work for the, like, okay, I'm not going to say which charitable organization because I'm not sure and I don't want to say anything.
yeah.
But AJ was working for, like, a charitable organization for sick kids. And he may or may not have sent some sick kids to go meet their hero and have their wish granted, if you know what I mean.
At Neverland Ranch?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. So AJ very much... When I brought up, like, Michael Jackson and how he's probably a pedophile, AJ was like, no, he was so good to kids. I sent so many kids to him. I'm like, what do you mean you sent kids to him? So AJ would not admit that... Because I think he was part of some sort of, you know, charitable thing for sick kids who wanted to meet Michael Jackson. And he helped facilitate that. Which...
You didn't know.
Looking back. And Apollo Crews has just tapped out to the full Nelson there that Bobby
Master
does.
Lock.
Master Lock. The Hurt Business. Whatever. Bobby's move.
The Hurt
Bobby's,
Lock, yeah.
The Hurt Lock. The Hurt Locker. Bobby is still the U.S. champion. MVP putting the belt on him. MVP's in the ring. I don't see Shelton. I don't know where Shelton went. Where'd Shelton go? Wasn't Shelton out there with him?
He was there.
I
Cedric
thought I
never
saw
came
him,
out. Yeah, Shelton was there, but
No.
he disappeared. Shouldn't Retribution be attacking these guys? Like, where's Stinkface and
I think it's only a Raw thing.
T-Boz.
Where's Stinkface and T-Boz and Chili and the rest of TLC?
Oh, well. Rest in peace, Left Eye.
Yeah, where's Left Eye? Isn't T-Boz
You gotta
dead
wait for
too?
Raw.
I don't think so.
T-Boz isn't dead. Don't go chasing waterfalls, Johnny North. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Okay? Please.
And just remember, John, I don't want no scrubs.
He wants 0 scrubs. Okay? But seriously, stop chasing those goddamn waterfalls all the time. I
And
see Johnny
phony
North.
calls.
I see Johnny North, and he's like running, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm chasing a waterfall." I'm like, "John, they don't move. I mean, they move downwards, but they don't like change position. So it's a strange thing
Also,
to change."
don't go making phony calls.
Weird now.
Bad hair day.
Oh, it's an NXT promo for some things in NXT. I don't watch NXT anymore. Oh, they're doing a takeover. I'll watch that though. I watch the takeovers. That's how I keep up with NXT, because their TV show sucks. How do you like them apples? I don't like their show. It's boring. Sometimes there's like good parts, but there's too many bad parts that I don't want to watch it, you know? I watch Raw and SmackDown. That's enough bad wrestling. I don't need to watch a third WWE show. When's TakeOver? They just said it, but I wasn't watching.
Wednesday?
Wednesday night? No, next Sunday.
Oh.
You weren't paying attention either.
Nah, I was not.
TakeOver's next Sunday. John,
Well,
do you watch?
the next NXT
do you watch
show
NXT?
is
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah, like occasionally I'll
I
watch
find-
some bits and pieces, but
I find NXT's usually the better show.
yeah, but it's the one that
I mean,
means
Raw.
the least.
Yeah, but you're going to see the better wrestling. So, I mean, if you like wrestling, you want to watch NXT actually over all the shows the WWE offers.
Yeah, the WWE offers, but if you want to watch good wrestling, there are many places that have better wrestling than NXT. Oh, Sebastian Hebert with a fantastic line on the chat. Since they have Mace in Retribution, they should call Mia Yim Lil Yim. Like Lil Kim. Get it, John? You don't get it. Pastor Mace,
But
Lil
they've
Yim.
already named her, though.
Huh? Junior Mafia? What are you talking about?
They already call her Reckoning.
My bitches get money. Reckoning. Oh, yeah. That's no good. I don't like that.
Like Day of Reckoning.
Who's Dave
Exactly.
Reckoning?
Day of Reckoning. It was the wrestling GameCube series.
I'm
1
changing
and
my
2,
name
I
to
think,
Dave
right?
Reckoning.
Yeah, those were good games.
That's my new name. I'm Dave Reckoning. That's my wrestler name, John. I'm Dave Reckoning, okay?
It's pretty good. It's like
Not
terrorizing.
bad.
Yeah, Dave Reckoning.
You made it to WCW.
Yeah, I'm in WCW. Tonight on WCW Thunder, Glacier versus Dave Reckoning. Dave Reckoning
I would say
and his
maybe
tag team
WCW main
partner,
event.
Raven. All right.
Mortis versus
WCW
Dave
Pro,
Reckoning.
maybe.
Huh?
Saturday night. Saturday
It's-
night, not Thunder or Nitro.
It's WCW Saturday Night. Dave Reckoning
That's what I used
versus
to watch.
Lodi.
Or Worldwide.
WCW Worldwide. Scotty Riggs versus Dave Reckoning.
You know, I recently found out why Lodi was called Lodi. Because people thought he looked like the singer Billy Idol.
Oh,
Because of like the blonde hair.
Okay.
So Lodi is Idol backwards. I know.
it's awful.
I had no idea. I thought it was just Lodi.
Who is the big guy in Raven's flock?
Sick Boy?
No,
Reese.
no. Reese.
Oh, yeah, Reese.
It's Dave Reckoning versus Reese.
Is he like 7 foot tall?
something.
His big thing was losing to Goldberg. That was his big moment in wrestling.
Oh,
Who's
that's
Sick
everybody's
Boy?
big moment. Sick Boy was another guy in the flock.
Kidman?
Kidman. He was like the good one.
Yeah.
Riggs.
Riggs.
Yeah, Scotty Riggs. I
Scotty
just said
Riggs.
Scotty Riggs.
That's his name.
Here come the Street Profits. It's Profits versus Garza and Andrade.
Everyone's dressed in blue.
I think Garza and Andrade are finally going to win tonight because goddamn, if they don't win tonight, what the hell? How long is this feud going to go on for?
And what did Andrade get engaged to Charlotte for anyway?
Yeah. He's not going
pop
to
up
get
the card. Come
He's
on.
not going to get a push ski.
Wouldn't that be something if Charlotte came back tonight?
Yeah,
Why not?
to face Bayley.
Oh.
Where's Charlotte?
It would be a Charlotte thing to do to come back and win the title.
Come back, unannounced, win the title. That's very
Say
Charlotte.
woo.
Seriously though, where is she? Is she hurt or what?
Well, apparently there was complications with her chest surgery, so
Oh,
it's
you
going
can
to
say
take longer.
breast surgery. You don't have to say chest. Chest sounds like it was more.
Her heart.
Yeah. It's more flairish, actually. All right, I'm going to tell you what's happening in New Japan, okay? In the G1, okay? There's G1 Climax going on, and it is the biggest tournament in all of professional wrestling, and the matches have been stupendous. And I'm just going to tell you who's leading right now. We've gone through how many days of A Block? A Block day 3 was today, so we had 5 more matches today. It's a tournament. It's round robin. You get points. 2 points for a win, 1 point for a time limit draw, no points for a loss. We've had the first 2 nights for B block, the first 3 nights for A block. And you're going to be shocked, Johnny North. And I know you don't follow New Japan very often, but what would you say if I told you that through 3 matches in A block, Kazuchika Okada is at the bottom of the leaderboard with 0 points? He has lost 3 times. Okada, the top guy, former world champion. I mean, he is the man in New Japan. He has yet to pick up a win in the G1, dropping straight matches to Kota Ibushi, which was a hell of a match on the first night, Yujiro Takahashi, which was a huge shock, and Jay White, all beating Kazu Okada, which
Wow.
no one expected, right? Okada 0-3 to start out the G1. Crazy.
Some kind of storyline, like he's lost his groove.
Something's going on. Sitting up top, the A block right now is Jay White with 6 points. He has wins over Shingo Takagi, Kota Ibushi, and Kazuchika Okada. Taichi tied with Jay White for the lead, also 6 points. He beat Jeff Cobb, Minoru Suzuki, and Yujiro Takahashi. The match with Suzuki and Taichi was nuts. They're both part of the same group, Suzuki-gun, and you would think that it'd be more friendly, but it was not. Ref bumps, chair shots, they went at it like they wanted to kill each other. It was crazy, and that's kind of what Suzuki does, right? What's going on here?
Andrew Garza just ripped his pants off.
Yeah, he does that. It's part of his gimmick. He rips his pants off. Actually, he stole that from Taichi. Taichi is the originator of ripping your pants off mid-match.
To reveal your tights.
Taichi's awesome. I don't know, how many of you watch New Japan Pro Wrestling or are familiar with the wrestler Taichi, but
I'm not.
he's got like a Phantom of the Opera style gimmick. Like he comes out and he sings into a microphone, but it's clear that he's lip syncing. Yeah. He's like the Miz if the Miz were a badass Japanese wrestler. Like, there's something about Taichi. He's really grown on me over the past few years of watching New Japan, and he's become, like, one of the top guys in the company. He's getting there. He might win the G1 at this point. The fact that he's tied at the top with Jay White is, like, very surprising. After that, Jay White and Taichi at the top of the leaderboard in A block with 6 points. Then tied for second, you got Minoru Suzuki, Kota Ibushi, and Will Ospreay, all with 4 points. Shingo Takagi and Jeff Cobb after that with 2 points. And then Okada, Yujiro, and Tomohiro Ishii, all with 0 points at the bottom of A block. At the top of B block, Tetsuya Naito, the reigning, defending IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. He's got both belts, and he's king of the mountain right now in New Japan. He's the top guy. He beat Hiroshi Tanahashi on the first night in a tremendous match, like Naito versus Tana. That's as big as it gets in New Japan. That's big stuff. Great match. Naito won, and then Naito beat Zack Sabre Jr., hitting that Destino to get the pinfall. Another fantastic match. I love ZSJ. I love Naito. Great stuff there. So Naito's on top of the leaderboard with 4 points. Juice Robinson, also undefeated so far. He's got 4 points. Wins over Yoshihashi and Kenta. And, of course, they wrestled in NXT. Juice Robinson, the former CJ Parker, I think his name was.
I believe so.
In NXT.
Yeah.
And his last night, I think, may have been Kenta's first night in NXT as the former Hideo Itami. So Itami beat CJ Parker on his last night in NXT. They meet again several years later in New Japan, and Juice Robinson gets the win over Kenta in the G1. So that was kind of a cool little story there. So Juice, Naito, and Toru Yano all sitting atop the B block with 4 points. Kenta behind them with 2. Zack Sabre Jr. with 2. Sonata with 2 points with a win over Goto. Sonata with 0 points. He lost to Goto. Goto with 2 points. He got the win over Sonata on the 24th. Evil has 2 points. Yoshihashi has no points. Hiroshi Tanahashi, also winless, losses to Naito and Toru Yano. So the fact that Tanahashi and Okada are both winless early on in this tournament is pretty surprising. And we've
amazing how these top stars, take clean losses so early on. Maintain their credibility.
Yeah, they're still credible. Like, Okada's still the man, but he's lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite a clean loss to Yujiro. There was a low blow. There was some interference. The Bullet Club guys always mess with Okada. So, not quite clean. Not quite clean to Jay White either, but still, Okada is losing. Those losses count. And we've had some great matches as far as in the ring. And I don't know how to handle who's the guy who I think is stealing the tournament so far. And, this is the guy that, I talk about Will Ospreay a lot as just a great wrestler. I think Will Ospreay is great.
Mm-hmm.
But, there was the whole speaking out controversy with Will Ospreay, right? He's still working in New Japan.
What happened with him?
Him and his girlfriend?
Him and his girlfriend apparently blackballed a woman from certain promotions in the UK after this woman accused one of Ospreay's friends of raping her. So
yes.
I mean, all I see Will Ospreay being guilty of is being overly loyal to a bad friend. He didn't do anything to anybody specifically, but what he did wasn't cool, but he also did it as a very young man in his early 20s. And he believed his friend. Like, I don't know. It's a tough position to be in. And I put myself in Will Ospreay's shoes. And I don't know. Like, if I had a friend that was in the wrestling business who told me he did not rape this girl who says that she was raped by him, and I believed my friend because I had no reason not to believe my friend, and I had some sort of power in wrestling, I might say, oh, well, this girl, she keeps accusing my friend of this thing, and he tells me he didn't do it, and I really don't think he did, so could I, not be on a show with her because it's going to be drama? It could have been that. It could have been easily that. I don't know what it was, but a lot of people are just writing off Will Ospreay and saying, oh, well, screw this guy. He's a bad guy. He doesn't care about women and this and that. And, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't feel like I should hate Will Ospreay as a wrestler because of something that he kind of did a few years ago. I don't know if his wrestling career is done, that we should just forget about this guy because of what he has done.
Because it's not the same as a Joey Ryan.
Yeah, it's not the same as a Joey Ryan or some of the other guys that have had different accusations tossed upon them, right? It's not the same. So, and the other thing is, again, we're talking about separating the man from his art. Will Ospreay is an amazing wrestler. And as far as I'm concerned, he's having the best matches of the G1 so far. His match with Tomohiro Ishii was goddamn incredible.
Street Profits won.
Street Profits just won. The match was, all right. But I've seen it so many times, I just couldn't care less.
You say the match was all right. It was kind of sloppy at some points. I mean, I thought it was okay at best, but okay.
What happened?
I want to hear your commentary on it.
About what?
About
This match? I wasn't really watching.
It wasn't that.
I was talking about Will Ospreay in New Japan.
The announcer said he kicked out, and then the bell rang, and he was like, "Oh, I guess not."
Oh, he did kick out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Huh.
Thanks. We're getting some analysis from the production team.
They're watching.
She's paying more attention than I am. 1, 2, kick out. 3 for some reason. Yeah, what the hell?
All right, then. So keep the feud going.
Well,
Botch finish?
just keep the botch finishes going that we seem to get weekly now on WWE television. Seem to always get these screw up finishes for some reason.
That was weird.
Well, when do we not get weird finishes? Remember that 6-man tag we got where it's just 1, 2, and then Ricochet kicks out 3 anyways?
Uh-oh. Angel looks hurt. They got doctors and
that's
stuff
probably
by
why.
Angel Garza. Oh, yeah, that's why. They just ended the match because Angel's legit hurt outside the ring. Hey, maybe the Profits were going to lose the match, but then they're like, nope. Let's not do that now.
It's not impossible.
Huh. All right, well, something definitely went wrong there.
Sure, we'll find out.
The ref counted 3 when it was a 2 count. Angel Garza looked like he got hurt. Huh. Yeah, Garza's hurt. Yeah, so Will Ospreay's match with Tomohiro Ishii, goddamn incredible. His match with, I just watched it today, Shingo Takagi. He lost to Shingo. God damn, man. Just crazy. Crazy good. Ospreay might be the best wrestler in the world. And a lot of people are just writing him off because of what he did. I can't write him off. I can't. I definitely don't like him as much as I did at one point. At one point, I wouldn't stop telling everybody I met, hey, this guy's the future of pro wrestling. Watch out for this guy. Now I'm not sure if he's the future of pro wrestling. Not because of him, but because of something that he's done and how I think other people might not want him around because politically it might not work. Does the WWE want a guy like that? Does AEW want a guy like that? How big can Will Ospreay get given his now public history? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I think a lot of people in wrestling would be like me and would be willing to forgive him, but I think a lot of people would not be willing to forgive him, and that's okay too. Because I'm not really happy with what he did. But at the same time, I recognize that people make mistakes. He didn't do anything directly, He may have blackballed a woman who claims that his friend raped her, and Will Ospreay was defending his friend by not getting her booked on some wrestling shows. That is what Will Ospreay is accused of doing, and given how great of a wrestler he is, and given the crime not even being a technical crime, people are guilty of far worse in this life. So I'm willing to give Will Ospreay a pass because he's such a goddamn good wrestler. Goddamn. Like, if he sucked at wrestling, I'd be like, forget about this guy. But there's too much talent to just throw away like that. You know, he's not Joey Ryan who does a dick flip, and that's about it. He's got a hairy chest and a dick flip. Plus, Joey Ryan, he's also a real piece of shit human. Oh, there's a draft. Oh, they're doing a draft October 9th on SmackDown and October 12th on Raw. They're doing the draft. Shake-up time. What do you think about Ospreay, John?
It's a tough situation. He's going to have to earn that forgiveness. It's going to take a long time. A very long time.
Yeah?
It's tricky. Like, do you say, I don't want to be on the same card, or do you tell people, don't hire her?
Apparently, he told some promoters, don't book her.
That's
not good.
That's not good. Like, even where he's not involved, he said, that's...
But what if somebody accused me of rape, and you knew that I did not rape?
I wouldn't try to undermine their career. I would try to defend you. I wouldn't say...
But what if we happened to be working on the same... Like, what if...
it's a lot of entanglement there.
But it's tough, man. Like, what if you're a friend, and your friend is accused of rape, but you believe your friend, and you have power because you're Will Ospreay, and you're a star, and the promoters are listening to you, and your friend is like, look, I don't feel comfortable around this girl because she's going to yell at me and scream, and it's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause heat and friction. I don't want that in my life. So Will, being a friend, calls the promoter and says, look, man, we'd all feel more comfortable if she wasn't around. Like, that I just see as, well, a loyal friend. Now, that is a very nice way of painting it. Like, I understand I'm painting a really nice picture there.
You also don't know if the guy did it. If the guy did it, then it's...
Yeah, well, no, apparently he did, but who knows? I mean, he's not been to jail. I don't know. I wasn't there. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But, when people are accused... you're supposed to believe the victim. You're supposed to believe the victim at all times, which is very difficult for people that are accused, right?
Believe or listen, there's a difference.
I don't know. No, it's believe all women. That is the phrase I believe that I've heard.
Or is it people who try to obfuscate it by saying they're saying believe all women, but if there's something that's wrong, then why should we? There's people try to change phrases to obfuscate things. Believe it, people accuse it into you gotta believe everyone, and then someone who wants to obfuscate that says, oh, they want us to believe any woman who says anything ever. Well, that's just ridiculous. That's painting a straw man.
Well, it's also like saying
painting a straw.
All lives matter means you're a racist. If you say Black Lives Matter, and then somebody's like, well, all lives matter, well, that is racist. How could it be racist to say that everybody's life matters? That's weird, But it's people are painted into different boxes, Say this phrase, or you're that one of them, It's a weird world we're living in, right? You got to say the right thing at the right time. I probably haven't so far.
Yeah.
But do Chinese lives matter? Of course they do.
That's not what the argument is either.
I know.
And that's how it gets obfuscated.
I know. But somebody who doesn't listen to the argument, who's not really deep in it, and it's and they just say, oh, yeah, all lives matter. Oh, you're racist. And we're like, what? What do you mean? You know what I mean? Because I think everybody's life matters, Everybody's got a family. Everybody's got somebody that cares about them, right? But if you say that publicly...
It was used, though, as a way of...
Now, I'm not going to say blue lives matter... Because, as Dave Chappelle said, there's no blue life. You weren't born a cop. It's ridiculous. But I think Johnny North's life matters, and he's white. I think your life matters.
But that's recognized. Well, that's what the whole point is that our lives. Yeah, but that almost goes without saying because we're white. But if we were black, it might not look that way to society and the law. That's what the whole argument is.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. Black Lives Matter.
But then people always take it to say, oh, no, you mean Black Lives Matter more. That's what people always take it as.
Yeah.
No, all lives matter. No, that's not the whole...
Which, everybody... Everybody's cool. Everybody's equal.
But, when we're hearing, cool. Black people get shot, and we go, oh, yeah, that's what happens. And that's something wrong in society.
Well, I think that when anybody gets shot, I just assume that's what happens.
But there's a certain kind of things we're used to, oh yeah, we heard a black guy got mistreated by the police, and we kind of go, oh yeah, that happened. There's a certain kind of, not saying that's wrong on our part, but when that's our natural reaction, because like that's what has happened in society.
But I'm so jaded. Like when I hear that police get shot, I also have a similar reaction. I'm like, oh yeah, people are shooting cops now. Oh yeah, seems like I don't even freak out about that. And that we should, right? It's not right. People shouldn't be walking up on cops and shooting them. But it happens so frequently in the U.S. that when I hear a news story about it, I'm not like, oh my God, what's happening? I'm like, oh yeah, that happened again, eh? You know? Like, I remember when school shootings first happened, it was like, oh my God, people are shooting people in schools. Now when they happen, you're like, yeah, I guess, you know. It's like, fucking over time, you get jaded, man. It's like, it's not that it's not a horrible thing. It's just that, you know, if anything horrible happens often enough, it doesn't seem so horrible. It just seems normal, right? The things that are horrible because they surprise you. It's Asuka time. Asuka comes out. So Bayley comes out to say that Nikki Cross isn't there. I guess I won't defend my belt. And here comes Asuka to wrestle Bayley. I think Asuka's going to win here, John. All right? I think Asuka's going to be the champion.
Match?
She's going to do it.
What?
I think it's a title match.
This is weird.
And they're going to give the title to Asuka. What?
It's not double title.
No. It's only Bayley's belt.
Okay.
Nikki Cross can't compete because she probably has coronavirus. So here's Asuka double booked. After working a solid match with Zelina, here she is against Bayley. And she's like kicking Bayley's ass right now. The WWE does this a lot. It's like a thing that they do when the announced opponent can't be there for some reason. The person that replaces often wins the belt. It's a WWE tactic. And Bruce Pritchard should not have a goddamn podcast because he revealed that on his podcast. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you guys do that a lot. It just made me, like, notice. I was like, oh, yeah, Bruce, you shouldn't have said that because you still work for the company and you're giving away their secrets on your goddamn podcast. But I'm good with it. You know what I mean,
I'm trying to think of an occasion where that didn't happen.
Like, he gives away, like, WWE inside kind of tactics, and he expects us not to recognize these things when we see them again on TV. I mean, I could be wrong here. Maybe Bayley will retain, but I have heard Bruce Pritchard say, who still works for WWE in a top creative role, that when the advertised opponent doesn't make it, they replace with somebody, and they usually will give the belt to that somebody to kind of make up for the advertised opponent not showing up. Now, I don't think anybody's super disappointed that Nikki Cross isn't here, but WWE always figures that they have some fans, and you got to make it up to them by giving them something they didn't expect, which is a title change. It's a theory.
Well, I understand that logic. That logic makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And given that Asuka already kind of lost to Bayley, right? So that would kind of make it up for her losing. So like it makes sense that would happen. But to make her double champion, that seems like too much.
Why?
Because she's going to be the champion on both shows?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have to hold it for that long.
Like, this just goes back to the fact that it feels like it was always the same people in the championship matches. Like, Asuka got, like, 2 title matches on one show. It's like, what about the other women? You know, like...
What about Lacey
Why did
Evans?
it just have to be, like, the same ones over and over? Honestly, Lacey Evans was fantastic on SmackDown this week, and she's been really killing it, actually, the last couple of weeks. Like, they should push her more.
I'm becoming a Lacey fan, finally. But
remember when she started? She was not very good whatsoever.
And they were pushing her quite hard. Her and Baron and Becky and Seth.
Oh, yeah.
That was like all of Raw for months.
Last live event I attended, I think it was last December, Lacey was on it, and she was amazing.
She was tall.
She was huge, like in person, really impressive. But also, she had a match, and I was like, God damn.
Is it a triple threat? Or tag?
Oh. Disqualification.
Oh, that's a nice Bruce Pritchard finish.
That's a terrible finish. I thought you were supposed to give us something extra when you have the advertised opponent not there, but instead they just give us a DQ finish. Bayley just hit Asuka with a chair. Asuka wins the match, but Bayley retains the title because she just hits Asuka with a chair.
Can Gave the people what they
Disappointing.
wanted.
Oh,
Asuka wanted.
Oh,
That's it.
Sasha with the chair.
the weird pants.
Boss time.
If you think about it, this was probably going to happen with Nikki Cross too, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Like this finish, DQ finish.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's just too bad they have no one on SmackDown who could have wrestled her. They had to use Raw.
Sasha looks tiny. Did she
She's always
lose
been
weight?
tiny.
Like, yeah, she's always been tiny, but she looks smaller than ever. Maybe it's the pants or something. I don't know.
They're weird pants.
She looks very small. She's wearing a neck brace. She's attacking Bayley wearing a neck brace.
She doesn't care.
It's already backfired on her. Bayley has fought back, and now Bayley's gonna whoop her ass. Sasha hates Bayley so much that she's willing to attack her while her neck is like, I don't know, hurt, broken.
When she was wrestling on the Indies, she was even a lot smaller than she is now. So like she
Yeah.
actually has gained a lot of weight since then. Gained a lot of muscle mass actually.
Sasha?
So
Yeah.
just imagine. Yeah.
I remember when she started in NXT, she was pretty tiny.
Oh yeah. And that's why she got hurt so much, because she was just way too small and taking all these crazy bumps.
So now Bayley's got a chair, and she's like gonna whoop on Sasha.
Stalking Sasha. Oh.
They'll probably have to settle this inside Hell in a cell.
Oh, for sure.
Makes the most
Seems
sense.
logical, yeah. Such
Yeah.
a grudge. I preferred it when they were friends.
Yeah, I like them together more than against each other.
I'm
I
tired
don't
of seeing them always against each other.
I don't really like them against each other.
Well, you give them Hell in a Cell, and they're probably going to be on different shows after that, so give them time
Yeah.
off.
Jason on the
Maybe
chat
have
says Sasha's
Sasha.
5'4". I think she's shorter than that. That's probably her advertised.
I believe
height.
5'4".
I believe
I believe that
5'3".
5'4".
1 inch shorter.
No, they gave her an extra inch.
Is this Price is Right now?
It's pro
I'll
wrestling,
go a
man.
little lower and get
It's pro wrestling. Everybody gets an inch or two.
and some weight,
Everybody.
and 10 pounds, 20
Yeah.
pounds.
You get extra weight.
Oh,
you get extra height.
How tall is Ray?
Ray in real life or WWE? WWE
Yeah,
is
advertised.
6'7".
6'7".
No, he's not 6'7".
I remember CM Punk, they used to bill at like 220.
Yeah, he was like nowhere near that.
No.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I complained for years about that.
Yeah. Brian, too.
Welterweight
He was like
CM
220, 225 or something. Cena, I remember they said it was like 245, but he's probably like bigger than that.
I don't think so.
No, that sounds about on par, I would
Yeah.
think.
No, less.
Maybe a
Cena wasn't 245 pounds. He was about like
I don't know. In 2007, he's pretty big.
he was jacked, but
Yeah,
like,
he was
like, had like a
pretty
big
big.
gut, and like big chest,
But he
like the
wasn't-
Marine Cena.
he's not that tall.
Yeah, but he was pretty wide.
yeah, he's pretty wide though. Like
Guys,
massive wide actually.
I watch a sport. I watched UFC, right? And in UFC, you could tell what guys weigh because they tell you, and it's like a real weight. And like John Cena, if he fought in UFC, he'd be a middleweight. He'd be a 185er. John Cena looks like a 185er. He doesn't look like a heavyweight. Doesn't look like a light heavyweight. Not big enough. I'm just telling you, man. Brock Lesnar's a heavyweight, but John Cena's no heavyweight. Like CM Punk, WWE champion, looked, average size in WWE at the time. He fought at 170 pounds in the UFC. He's not a big guy. Wrestlers aren't as big as they used to be.
Well, I still think you're selling Cena a bit short there, and I'm the one who always sells Cena short. It's kind of interesting. It's on display, but
He's one of the greatest champions in the history of the business.
There's Cena from that era, from the screen.
John Cena.
Oh, Mick.
Cena's listed at 6'1", 250, which, like...
6'1".
I thought 6, but whatever. I mean,
Hey, he's about 6 feet tall, maybe 230 pounds, but not 250, not 240. And even
Right,
230 is like a
230,
lot.
yeah.
230 is a lot, man. Like,
A lot of it muscle.
big guy to be 230 pounds. Like, go
he's still
watch
pretty
a
big,
UFC heavyweight fight. You know, go look at the guys in the UFC and see how much they weigh. Nobody in the heavyweight division weighs more than 260 pounds. Like, you weigh 250 pounds, you're a monster.
The limit's what, 265?
265 is the limit. You know? Nobody's really
Right.
cutting weight to make that limit. A couple guys once in a while, you know, Derek Lewis. Even then, I don't think he's cutting much weight to make it. I don't even know if he has to cut. So a lot of guys at heavyweight, they're walking in natural weight. You know, when it says 240 pounds, it's 240 pounds. Like Cain Velasquez,
wasn't like
he fought
Prime
at like
Overeem?
220, 230. Cain Velasquez
Didn't
is a
Prime
big guy.
Overeem have to cut?
Who? Overeem?
Prime Overeem
Yeah,
had to
well,
cut,
when
didn't
he
he?
was
'Cause
super
Overeem
jacked,
was
because
just-
everybody
Yeah.
was trying to be as big as Brock Lesnar at the time. They thought that's what you needed to survive, you know? So Overeem cut weight, Brock cut weight. A lot of guys were cutting weight back then, and Cain Velasquez came in at 225, 230 pounds.
Remember Brett Rogers?
And he
That was
smashed
huge.
Brock Lesnar. And then all of a sudden, everybody was like, oh, you don't have to be that big. You just have to move around well and be skilled, like Cain Velasquez. Cain was outweighed at least 30, almost 40 pounds in that fight. And he smashed Brock to pieces.
Look, John, Randy's going on next, not going on last.
I told you, John.
Roman main event.
I told you. Big dog, his yard.
High Chief.
Main event.
Not High Chief.
Tribal
Tribal
chief.
Chief, that's right.
Head of the family.
I'm worried now for
head
Randy.
of the table. Yeah, he's not winning. Drew is definitely retaining here, John. All the matches we've disagreed on, I've been correct so far. Everything.
We had one match that we disagreed on.
That's
so
right, and
far.
I was right.
I'll take this compared to 0-5. Like it'll be fine to be 0-2, but I don't think it will be.
Oh, I hope AJ's watching right now so he can hear us making fun of him going 0 for 5 in his UFC picks last night. 0 for 5.
It
It
happens to the best of us.
I was 4-1, and 3 of the 4 I got method of victory correct as well. 2 decisions and a
You should be
submission.
pissed about that one you got wrong.
Yeah, well,
Because, like, imagine if...
well, no, because I needed, because I had a ticket where I put like $5 down, and I could win almost $700 on a $5 ticket, and I was 2 fights away.
Mm-hmm.
I got my decision. Hakeem won by decision. Vieira won by decision, and then my man Royval won by submission. So I was like, whoa, this is big. This is coming through. Then I had Dominic Reyes to win by TKO, but he lost the fight altogether. So then the whole parlay was out the window at that point. And I had Israel Adesanya to win by decision. I thought he'd go the distance. I thought Paulo Costa would have a lot more heart than he showed, really. I thought Costa would be a lot more formidable for Israel, but Israel just made quick work of that guy.
Not
Too easy.
impressed by his performance.
Not impressed by his performance. Israel just smoked that guy. You know, big
Dana
muscle-bound
wasn't
guy,
either.
packs a lot of power, but Israel is the man. What a performance. I don't know how anybody in their right mind could pick Paulo Costa to beat Israel Adesanya, Fred and AJ. But, but of
That's
course,
mean.
Big Dave gets it right.
Dave Reckoning.
Dave Reckoning, he knows. Dave Reckoning. Wrath, I'm coming for you. It's Dave Reckoning.
There you have it, folks. Dave Reckoning. This is my Tony Schiavone impression. You guys want to hear? I've been working on my Eric Bischoff impression. You want to hear my Eric Bischoff impression?
Do we, John?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And your opponent is Kane. He always said that.
That's
Like
not
every
bad.
week, he would tell someone, "Your opponent,"
Yeah,
and he just pause.
I remember that.
Is Kane. He would like move his head, and the guy would be like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna,
good.
You
I'm gonna do a
definitely
Teddy
nailed
Long
that.
impression.
Oh come on, that's not fair.
And
Yeah, that's not fair, though. That's
You, Eric Clapton,
apples
you
and
don't come in and
oranges.
show
holla,
me
holla,
up.
player. And your opponent tonight in a tag team match will be Kane and The Big Show.
I think I say Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah, I thought The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Kane and The Undertaker. Holla, holla, player. You know when the Mac Militant.
Come in and get it all. Rodney Mack's theme song.
Bringing it to the do. Holla,
Teddy
holla.
Long popped up somewhere recently. I believe it was the Good Brothers pay-per-view. I think he showed up there.
Oh yeah, was he on that? The what's that thing called? It was the
Talking Shop and Mania.
Talking Shop Mania. Talking Shop. I love that podcast, man. Other than our podcast, it's like it's the best wrestling podcast out there. Second to ours only. Shut up, John. Don't name other podcasts and start burying us, all right? Take it easy. Don't talk about Chris Jericho. And I don't want to hear about that Conrad guy. God damn it. I'm sick of that Conrad. He's everywhere. No, he's good. I like Conrad. His podcasts are good. But shut up, John. We're the best, okay? Number one. Stop burying yourself. But that
Can't talk
Talking
about the
Shop,
other guy that you don't like?
Talking Shop is good. Who, James E?
There we go.
He's good, too. I
He's your
like
best
James
friend.
I don't know. Who's that?
Cornette.
Oh.
Yeah, he's good. Cornette is funny, you know. All the guys. Cornette, JR, Pritchard, Conrad, Jericho. But none of those guys are as good as Talking Shop. That shit is hilarious. Those guys are great. I heard them tell a story about a guy offering them a cocaine brownie. Hey, you guys want a cocaine brownie?
When was this?
I don't know, somewhere. They were somewhere, some weird town. And somebody offered Gallows a cocaine brownie.
Did he accept
I
it?
didn't know.
Unbelievable.
I didn't even know that existed. I never heard of such a thing, a cocaine brownie. Oh, Doc Gallows.
Good overdose.
They just have really good stories, you know, of bullying Kurt Hawkins on the road, telling him he's not allowed to go to Walmart. Like, they told this great story on their show where they're like, because they're all working for Impact now. So they're like on the road together, like going from, you know, whatever, the hotel to the, you know, their TV taping arena there. And they're all together. So Hawkins and Gallows and Anderson, right? And Gallows and Anderson, they all showed up with meal prep. So they had like pre-made meals for them on the road. But Hawkins was on the road, like was riding with them, but he didn't know that they both had that prepared. So he was like trying to get food, and they're like, "No, we're not stopping for food, Hawkins. Fuck you," basically. And Hawkins is just like begging them to like stop at a Walmart so he can buy food, and he's like hungry, and they're just bullying him. It's just really funny stuff, man. I really like it. I like those guys, Gallows and Anderson. They're funny. They crack me up. They just don't give a shit, you know? I like that. They're just shooting straight. They're not bullshitting. They're just talking shit, getting drunk, having a good time. I like it. It's good wrestling talk. Good brother talk, you know? They're really good brothers.
Well, they had something with Jericho, didn't they? They did some sort of reunion episode or something?
They did Talking Shop on Jericho's podcast. I loved it. Making fun of Rocky Romero. Rocky was there. They told a great story about the Good Brothers go into Stone Cold's house to record the Stone Cold podcast, and they brought Rocky Romero with them, and Stone Cold just thought Rocky Romero was like their assistant. He had no idea he was a wrestler. Oh, it was good shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, that's Rocky Romero, okay? You wanna be in New Japan? If you're an American guy, you go through Rocky Romero. That's for real. Guy's office, okay? The guy is a very important, influential man in pro wrestling.
Is he a big guy?
No, he's a tiny guy. Rocky Romero, he's tiny.
I'm thinking about it from someone else.
Yep. No, Rocky's
Probably thinking Jeff Cobb.
And Jeff Cobb is a big guy.
Isn't there a guy named Romero? He's like a big fat guy.
Ace Romero.
Ace
Oh,
Romero.
you're thinking AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a different guy. Rocky Romero is a smaller man. Totally different than Ace Romero. But Rocky's like very influential in pro wrestling, man. He books guys for New Japan. That's big. So, John, you should probably be nice when you're talking about old Rocky, okay?
I probably should be.
Yeah. I got big respect for Rocky Romero, okay? On behalf of Johnny North and any potential bookings in New Japan, we love Rocky Romero. And we're big fans of Roppongi 3K, right? John doesn't know who I'm talking about.
Whatsoever.
You
I've heard of them. That's about it.
They're pretty good. Oh, Drew McIntyre with the pyro. He's in there. It's ambulance match time. Randall Orton, Drew McIntyre, WWE Championship. A lot of pyros going for old Drewski.
He gets the most pyro. That's not a mistake. Besides Roman, I think he gets the most.
Apparently, we're gonna see like new theme music and new attire for Roman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like you said that on Twitter or something.
Apparently,
Like,
Roman's like no chest protector anymore.
yeah, he's like, yeah, bare chested and different music. No more Shield music.
Bare chested Roman. So
Makes
sexy.
Well, you saw he was working out in the gym all the time before he came back, so
He looks super jacked,
show it off.
actually. He looks very big, arm-wise, anyways. Sebastian is asking me... I'm seeing Sebastian on the chat. He's asking me if I saw what was wrong with Israel's pec last night. I don't know if anybody addressed it. Did you see that, John?
I didn't see it. I just saw someone wrote about something else about him. I saw it with our buddy Jeremy Prophet wrote about him, but
Yeah, what did he write?
I don't think. I
can
wrote
say
something
it.
about his gyno or something.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's a gyno... What's it called?
Gynecologist?
No, gynomastectomy. What's it called?
You got it pretty much on the button. That it's basically a condition with your chest where it kind of sags a bit.
Gynecomastia or gyno is it usually occurs when a steroid cycle is stopped, and it can cause like tissue to form in your breast area, right? And Israel had one pec that looked like there was a mass in it. Almost breastish, but, not real, like tiny, but still different than the other one, and it stood out, and people were like, what's going on? And some people online were like, that's gynecomastia. He's on steroids. That's what people were saying. I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot of different things, but it was definitely suspicious, and people were wondering.
So he kind of had the little Triple H boobs.
No, it was just one of them.
It's worse. It's much worse.
Worse than Triple H boobs.
Yeah, it was weird. If
you've ever seen
Randy versus
I don't want to bury a lot of the guys in AEW because I know some of those guys, but if you see some of their chests in AEW, you can tell some of the chests are a little off there. There's definitely gyno.
There's gyno in some AEW guys?
Oh, yeah?
Come on, you don't want to name it.
I'm going to be nice and not... I'm not going to name them because I actually know some of those guys, so I don't want to name them.
Do you know some of the guys with it?
Yes.
Oh, John.
Well, John, that limits it, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Does it
that
kind of like
limits
narrow it a bit?
Let's not
I
even
ain't gonna say nothing because I don't know I'll probably butcher their name.
I mean, it's definitely not Uno.
I don't think it's the butcher.
It's definitely not Uno, I'll tell you that much, right? Can't be Uno.
Yeah, I don't think it's Uno.
Okay. You better not be talking about Miro. That guy's so handsome and jacked.
I never met Miro, so I don't know him. No.
John knows a lot of people in pro wrestling. He knows a lot of the AEW roster. He's a cool guy. He's wrestled a lot of people, He's famous.
You never wrestled the Bucks, eh? Or were you ever on the same card as them, John?
No, never wrestled the Bucks. Never met them.
No.
Let's
not
ask
the
him, so we
California
start
crew.
narrowing it down.
No, I was just curious on that front. Never heard a story, so maybe
funny.
others.
Name all the guys so that... Oh, yeah, it has to be...
Hey, John, you ever hang out with Billy Gunn?
Hey, John, you ever met Brian Cage?
I know some people that have.
Uh-oh. I'm not saying
But we don't
anything
need to go
about-
down this road. We don't
I'm
need
just
to go down
saying,
this
if
road.
Brian Cage is that jacked without steroids,
God help us.
amazing. I mean, if he's that jacked with steroids, amazing, I've seen
Right.
people on steroids. They're not as jacked as Brian Cage.
You know people in steroids?
Well, a lot of respect for Brian Cage. I think he's a
Uh-oh, what
fantastic.
happened? Oh, you froze out there for a minute.
Fantastic.
Man, we all know people on steroids.
Oh!
Big Show!
Well!
Big Show's there, stopping Randy.
Uh-oh. No.
Shaved Big Show.
Randy was setting up a punt kick But Big Show arrives and chokeslams Randy through the announce table. That looked rough.
Hard way.
Big Show almost
this is
lost
not
Randy,
fair.
too.
Big Show.
Ambulance match, man.
Looking
Anything goes.
good. Every time you think Big Show's, done for,
They
he comes
pull him back in.
looking muscular and slim, and he go another 5 years.
He's got no beard.
Yeah.
Shaved.
Looks like King Kong Bundy.
He does look Bundy-ish.
I think we need another like Big Show heel turn. I think we need that right now.
That's what we're getting, isn't it? Or no, this is a babyface turn. Or
Yeah, I
How
know,
about-
but we need another heel turn.
Yeah, now he attacks Drew.
Yeah, like, I'm tired of you, Drew. I don't want to be in your shadow. I'm a giant.
You beat me at WrestleMania, you son of a bitch. Remember? Revenge.
Writes itself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you.
Drew beat Big Show.
Yeah, Drew and Big Show were the main event of WrestleMania, in case you forgot.
Oh, Drew beat Brock.
No, there was
And
an
then he
extra
beat
though.
Big Show.
After.
Oh, like they taped
And
it
they
for
only-
SmackDown, right?
And they only aired it on Raw the next night.
Right.
But it was technically at WrestleMania when the
Right.
Brock match was over and Drew celebrated. Big Show came out at WrestleMania that night and wrestled Drew.
Right.
Lost the WWE title match, but they aired it on Raw the next night because, I don't know. Because WrestleMania was too big for 2 nights. They had to make it 3.
Barely remember this year's Mania.
Boneyard, brother. That's all you need to remember.
Yeah.
Bone fucking
Yeah, night 1 was
yard.
good.
Yeah, Boneyard was good. Kevin Owens' dive was cool. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley was good.
That was night 2.
Whatever happened to any
That
of
was the
those?
best match of night 2.
Didn't Rhea Ripley have to go back to Australia? Or something?
No,
she's
she's
on
NXT.
NXT.
Oh, yeah.
She's feuding with Gonzalez, Raquel Gonzalez, right?
That's correct. You know, like when Big Show lost Randy, that reminds. I think he did that to The Rock too, didn't he? One time, like he lost him, I think on SmackDown, and he just like whatever, just threw him down, threw a table as well.
Yeah, how come Big Show
These
he
guys.
came out, beat up Randy, but didn't stick around to help Drew win the match?
Yeah, come on.
I have this feeling that this is like the passive come back to haunt Randy kind of thing. Like all the people they took out, they come back to take him out now.
So will Christian come out? Will Ric Flair be here? Will Edge be there?
I hope not, but it could happen.
Beth Phoenix?
Oh yeah, Beth Phoenix. Oh, they're getting close to the ambulance now. Thank God. I want this thing to, I don't like the stipulation here. The ambulance match, you have to put your opponent in an ambulance. Nothing has really happened in this match other than Randy getting chokeslammed. Oh, look, Drew grabs a chair from the ambulance, and it's a red chair with a white cross medical logo on it. Hey,
a
even
medical chair.
ambulances have steel chairs. Yeah, this is a medical steel chair. This is one of the more ridiculous things I've seen in a while. A red steel chair from the ambulance.
He's picking it back up?
Like, there were crutches, but instead of using the crutches, he chooses to use this painted red chair. Now, it's exactly the same as every other steel chair you've seen in the WWE for the past 15 years. Except it's red. And it's got a medical logo, so you know it's an ambulance chair. But it's the same as all the other steel chairs, and it happened to be in some sort of side compartment of this ambulance. Why would an ambulance need a steel chair?
Didn't ambulance matches used to be you have to like strap your opponent to a gurney and wheel them over a line?
So that's a
stretcher match.
Stretcher match, yeah.
Is that the same thing?
No.
All right.
It's a medical
it has
chair.
I don't know what's up with that medical chair. You wouldn't even use that chair in an ambulance.
No.
You have like little benches in there.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
There's
I would have
no
used the
reason-
crutches. I mean, that's more violent, no?
Yeah, use the crutches.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We just had a medical chair introduced into this match. Whose idea was the medical chair?
Me, damn it.
Let's have an ambulance match. Let's have them hit each other with a chair. Oh, well, it can't just be a steel chair in an ambulance. That doesn't make sense. Well, let's paint it red and draw the little cross on the chair so it'll be a medical chair. Oh, I love it. That's a great idea. Like, what? Who came up with that? Whose idea was the medical chair? This match is completely ruined now for me because of the medical chair. Like, I can't think of anything other than that chair right now. I know Randy and Drew, they're, like, doing stuff, but, like, I don't care. I'm thinking about that chair.
What was that chair doing in the ambulance?
Why did they have a chair there?
Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, think about it. With the chair, he's able to put pressure on his broken jaw that he's allowed to wrestle with for some reason. Like, it kind of made sense for that. I mean, you could put more pressure with the chair than the crutch. So. Drew could sell
Randy is creeping around. He opened the door of the ambulance. He's creeping around in a cartoonish way I have not seen since the Repo Man.
So good.
That was the most
excellent.
Repo Man creep around by Randy that I have ever seen. It's almost as if he channeled the Repo Man in that moment. Remember when Repo Man used to, like, tiptoe around like a cartoon thief? Like, remember how Repo Man used to creep around? Randy just did that with the ambulance.
You saw that, John, eh?
Randy just went full Repo Man.
What
was
he didn't have
that?
the whole, like, get-up.
No, but I mean,
just
the way he was moving was so cartoonish.
His movements were exaggerated.
Fucking Repo Man.
I like that Repo Man.
Well, you gotta remember.
It's good.
Randy was an actor. He's a star of many movies. WWE DVDs. So
yeah.
There's a drama. It's like about like a kid who's bullied at school, and like Randy's there for like Ed Harris.
Randy's like the wrestling coach or something.
Oh, what's that movie called?
He has a very small role in that movie. No? It's a different movie.
That's the
Cena movie
though.
you're thinking
Oh,
about.
John Cena's the wrestling coach in that movie.
But there's one where like Randy's like a concerned parent or something. Oh, it's like
Yeah.
it's got a really cheesy title. Like Head of the Class or From the Heart or something like that. Or
I think From the Heart was the John Cena movie.
was it? Yeah.
I
was it like
remember-
Invincible?
I saw
or
that movie. It
Unbreakable?
was not terrible. I mean, it was not good. But I remember thinking, Cena's not bad in this.
I think Danny Glover was in that too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, Danny Glover.
You saw 12 rounds, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. 12 rounds was good. Wasn't that Carcetti in the bad guy?
He was the bad guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's an Irish actor. He was in...
Aidan Gillen.
Aidan Gillen. He was in that show...
He was in Game of Thrones.
That Wally sent me to watch that I watched that was really good. That Irish show. The hell was that show called?
Oh, Peaky Blinders?
No.
Uh-huh.
No,
Isn't he in that?
No. It was an Irish show.
It's on Netflix.
No.
It's not on
not.
Netflix?
No.
He gave me a different show then.
This
He gave
was
me The Bodyguard. Very good. Very good
This
series.
was Irish gangster show. Love Hate. He was in that. Good one. And he was also in the John Cena movie. And he was also Mayor Thomas Carcetti in The Wire.
But wait a minute. Cena was 12 rounds the first one. I think Randy was 12 rounds the second one, no?
Yeah. Was Randy a Marine?
I really feel it was just Cena,
Ted
and
Jr.
then it was like The Miz,
Oh,
Ted Jr., and then
was
Miz.
one. Yeah.
But that's it. It's only been 3 Marines.
No.
Oh, Christian.
Well, I mean, there's been 5, but
No.
like The Miz took over the series.
Oh, here's Christian. So they're backstage and catering and Christian attacks. There have been 6 Marines.
Like movies.
No.
Yeah, there have been
But
6.
the actors.
Shawn Michaels, The Miz, and Becky Lynch were in the Marine 6 that released in 2018.
That's when apparently
the
Shawn
last.
Michaels told Becky Lynch to be like a badass kind of character and like inspired her to be the man.
Oh, really?
She said when she was shooting that movie, Shawn told her like Becky should like slap or like people or like, not take any crap from anybody.
Wow. Very influential movie, The Marine 6. Changed wrestling forever. The Marine 5 was starred The Miz, Naomi, Maurice, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, and Bo Dallas.
Oh yeah. I've read like synopses of these movies and like things that happen. It's really crazy. I think like the Miz stabs Naomi.
Oh my
in that
god!
movie. Like she tries to kill him and like he like stabs.
The Marine 4 starred The Miz and Summer Rae.
I was just gonna say that. I thought Summer Rae was in the Marine. There we go.
The Marine 3 was The Miz's first one, starring The Miz. Music by Jim Johnston, famous WWE music man. The Marine 2 starred Ted DiBiase Jr.
Trying to fuck on me.
And of course, the Marine 1 was John Cena. The Miz has really held down the Marine series from the Marine 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Can I give spoilers though? Apparently, his character dies in Marine 6.
Oh no! The great
That's
Jake
great
Carter
news.
has died.
Fantastic news.
I'd like to see that. Yeah. I would watch the Miz get killed in the Marine.
It's probably like dramatic and like, you know, Shawn Michaels like, you're not going on me today, man. Not today, buddy. We're gonna go have a beer.
The Ted DiBiase Cody Rhodes story is the best. Oh, Drew just got smashed down on the windshield. That looked rough.
Yeah.
That looked
Is that
bad.
real glass?
I don't know. It looked good though.
Oh.
I think Randy's bleeding a little bit on his arm.
Randy just went
Not
for
much,
a
but a little
pinfall.
bit.
Yeah, it looked like Randy was trying to pin him, and then he was like,
He
"Oh
hooked the
yeah,
leg.
we're not doing that here."
Wonder if he's concussed.
Randy
Maybe he's
forgets
just confused.
sometimes.
Yeah, he
The
forgets.
rules.
He's like, "That seemed like a near fall." Oh wait,
Oh yeah.
you know.
I saw that story like the other day. Like I watched the fuck on me story.
What's the story exactly?
So there's a six-man
Six-man tag.
Brian, Ezekiel Jackson, and Sin Cara versus Cody, Ted Jr., and Wade Barrett.
Okay.
And the whole match was to put Ezekiel Jackson over. He was supposed to get the hot tag, House of Fire, take the win. That was all the match was supposed. It was supposed to be a 2-segment match.
Ezekiel Jackson.
And 4 minutes in, Brian hits like a drop kick in the corner. Ted Jr. pins him and gets a 3 count. Ted Jr. just doesn't kick out. And Cody's like, oh shit. So he thinks, okay, let's call an audible. Let's jump the baby faces. So I'm talking to Cody Rhodes. Like, I turned to Wade to tell him this. Wade's halfway up the ramp. Pissed off, like swearing, like he's gone. So like Cody just like slinks to the back. He's all like, and then like he sees Vince and Gorilla. Vince is like standing up. His headset is off. Like he's pissed off. And like
Everything's got this shit. The
Cody
match
wants
did
to like
not
say
go the way it
yeah.
should.
Cody wants to say like, "Hey, it was Ted Jr.'s fault. It's on me," you know. Before he can say anything, Ted Jr. just rushes past Cody, not an ounce of fear, and says, "Where's that referee? He was trying to fuck on me." And it just continues to the back, and Vince, just bewildered by what he saw, just put his headset back, sat down, just continued with the show, and
Where's that referee?
figured it out from there.
He was trying to fuck on me.
Legendary. It's an amazing
What
story.
does that even mean?
Like Ted Jr. thought he had it out for him.
Yeah, but that's just a great story. The way Cody says, "Where's that referee?" He was trying to fuck on me. Fuck on me.
Oh man,
That's a good one.
some color here.
It's amazing we haven't seen Ted Jr. yet in AEW.
Well, Ted Jr.'s got his own issues.
I thought it was his dad, but I guess maybe
I
his
think
whole
he's
family's
in there
involved in
too,
that now,
because
yeah,
he's a pretty big fail son.
it's
Ted
family
Jr.
business probably.
His
Yeah.
brother Mike DiBiase also.
Some shady business,
was
right?
also a wrestler. Wasn't he in NXT also? Was there a Mike DiBiase? There's another
There
DiBiase
was.
wrestler. He was supposed to be the Golden Boy, wasn't he? But
Yeah, Ted was actually not the best one. It was supposed to
Right.
be, I think, Mike or Brett. I think.
Yeah.
I remember Ted was
But,
supposed to main event WrestleMania against Randy at one point.
And he was supposed to be the star
Well,
of
that's what
Legacy.
Cena
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
That Cena was wrong.
Well, he just didn't put any effort in.
This match is still going on. Randy and Drew. It's been okay. They've done a couple things here and there. I've been all right. Christian did a little run in, attacking Randy. Big Show's attacked Randy, but Randy's still standing tall. He just knocked Drew off
It's
the
better
top
than
of the
SummerSlam,
ambulance.
that's for sure.
Oh, there's HB Shizzle, Shawn Michaels with sweet shit music on Randy on the top of the ambulance, and then he pushes Randy off the ambulance, tells him to suck it. Keep the hat on, Shawn. Keep the hat on. Johnny North cannot believe it. He's so mad because he hates Shawn Michaels. Oh, heartbreak. Just kicked Randy off the top of the ambulance. Of course, you didn't see what Randy fell into. You just see Randy falling off. Looks like a platform that was maybe half a foot off the top of the ambulance and heavily padded. So
now he's on the floor.
Yeah, that platform that Randy fell into was just like a giant padded area that was maybe half a foot down from the ambulance. Not much of a bump there from Randy. And they hit it pretty well. You could see the crash mats there behind the little setup they have. So not a very impressive bump there, but yeah, it's all the guys that Randy has wronged coming back to haunt him. Big Show, Christian, and now Shawn Michaels, who was also attacked during this whole feud with Drew McIntyre. But Ric Flair and Edge haven't come back yet, so...
Randy also hasn't hit an RKO yet, has he? I don't think so.
I don't think
there's been a Claymore either, though.
Yeah, he hasn't hit a Claymore either.
Oh. It's interesting.
Do you think Edge comes back here tonight?
I thought he was really hurt. He tore like his tricep.
He's not ready. Oh, there's an RKO.
There you go.
Well, this is definitely worrisome right now. I mean...
Yeah, John, Randy's not winning
overcome...
tonight. I don't know why you thought Randy was going to win.
Well, I didn't think all, like, the ghosts of his past were going to come back and, like, take him out. Like, it seemed like everything was going right for him, but no, they write it so everything goes against Randy tonight.
That's the only way to beat Randy.
Well, it makes sense at least. He pays for all his, like, terrible crimes, in a sense.
Shouldn't Triple H come out and just beat everybody up for Randy and then like throw Drew into the ambulance and then celebrate with Randy? That's a very that seems like what should happen. Hey Randy, I'll save you.
Yeah, where's Hunter?
Yeah, where's
Evolution?
I don't care about Randy anymore. I only care about my NXT people. He throws Drew into the ambulance and he closes one door. And now he's laughing instead of closing the other door. He's laughing and allowing... And now he falls over trying to close the door. This is the... Like, when all you have to do is close a second door to become WWE champion, why would you take such your sweet-ass time to close that second door? He laughed. He stumbled. And, of course, Drew escapes the ambulance because, you know, that was just a false finish that no one believed in. You know what I mean? This is why the stipulation is stupid. Because you have to close two doors to win a match. Wow, you know what's really impactful to finish a match? When one guy closes a door on another guy.
Yeah, casket match.
What a way to end a match. Yeah, but a casket, you're slamming a door shut. You're putting a man in a casket. This, you have to close one door of the ambulance and then the other.
Yeah, but then the ambulance starts up and
it drives away.
Really go to the medical facility. Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, so you have to go see a doctor if you lose the ambulance match? What if you're okay? Oh, Drew.
Well, Drew already has a broken jaw, so he should
Drew's
be
claymored him, and now he is going to punt Randy.
This looks like he could miss and like hurt himself.
I hope he does.
Well, they miss and still count as a hit anyway, so...
Oh, he totally missed that punt.
Yeah, what the hell was that? What the fuck was that?
That was really bad.
Oh, but
wow, that was awful. It's over.
That's a bad finish.
That was a really bad finish.
Match was okay, but that was a really bad finish.
That sucked. I didn't like that match. I thought that match sucked.
I gotta say, Randy closing that door was probably the highlight. That so good.
Yeah, Randy acting like the Repo Man was my favorite part of that match. Repo Man Randy was the best. Somebody gif Repo Man Randy and send that to me at Dave Simon MMA on Twitter, Instagram. Repo Man Randy when he was like creeping around the door. That was so weird.
Little
Drew
facey
McIntyre
man.
wins. Hey John, another match that you picked against me and you're wrong again. Never go against me, John. Never go against the family.
I feel bad
John.
for your son tonight. Your son's taking a lot of hits tonight.
Yeah, he picked against me too. He shouldn't go against me. That'll teach him to go against his father.
He did say Jey Uso was gonna win.
Yeah, he's crazy. What's he
I
talking
don't like his
about?
chances.
He's 3.
Feel bad for Zev.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're gonna have ups and downs.
He doesn't care if he's right or wrong. He barely knows. He's just like, oh yeah.
If you tell him who wins, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I picked them."
Yeah, he'll claim that he was correct,
Yeah.
even if he's not.
I said
Kind of like AJ. Dealing with a 3-year-old is kind of dealing like AJ, actually. Like, you give him instructions, and, like, he kind of listens, but half the time he doesn't. I think he's out there getting mad because it's almost bedtime.
Oh, yeah.
I hear him. You hear him?
Oh, I thought he could hear you, like, dissing him, so I think he was mad.
No. Oh, there's Nature Boy. He's driving the ambulance.
He said woo.
So this is how Nate gets revenge. He drives the ambulance away.
And he's loaded.
And it doesn't have a driver's side door,
don't
so
say
it's
that.
pretty dangerous for the old man.
That's a rough shot on
Why?
Flair. Man.
Why? I don't know. It's whatever.
He's probably had a couple of drinks today. He's Nature Boy. He doesn't care.
I don't think
He's not supposed to drink anymore. It's bad.
Yeah, but he doesn't listen.
You don't think Nature Boy doesn't have his like 10 vodkas still?
Apparently, he says he just drinks coffee now. That's it.
All right.
I like to believe him.
Coffee with Kahlua. Woo! You know, you could put some Kahlua in coffee or some, some Bailey's.
All right, take it easy. Drew's very happy he won. I told you he'd win. Like, they're not giving it to Randy, man. They're keeping the title on Drew for a while. They're trying to make Drew into something. I don't know who's going to take the title from Drew, but it's not going to be Randy. That seemed obvious
they have
to
the
me
draft
when he
coming
didn't
up.
beat him at SummerSlam. Like, it's just like, okay, they're not doing it. They're going somewhere else. Randy's just here to put Drew over. What do they do with Drew? How far does he go? You know, who takes the title off of him? I don't know, but
Probably Slapjack is going to beat him for the title.
yeah, it'll probably be Slapnuts.
Sadly. Well, if it's the way things stay the way they are, but someone's going to get drafted to SmackDown, a new challenger for Drew, more than likely.
Dominic Mysterio.
Wow.
Wasn't Keith Lee involved in this feud? He wasn't on the show.
Oh yeah, maybe Keith Lee will beat him, or maybe Seth Rollins, or maybe
We did
Who
that
else
already
would
with
we-
Seth.
yeah. Well, they could do it again.
AJ would be great.
AJ Styles. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are drafting, right? So it could be anybody, right? If they're doing
Correct,
a draft on October, what did they say? It's like 2 weeks
7?
away.
Could be Bray Wyatt.
October 12th. No, October 9th, I think, on SmackDown, and then the 12th on Raw, right? So, not this week,
Okay.
but next week. Well, no, in 2 weeks for Raw, but like 3 episodes of Raw, but 2 episodes of SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like, because it's right. Because tomorrow's Raw, so it's not next week's Raw. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's the week after of Raw. But it's not this Friday of SmackDown. It's next Friday of SmackDown because it starts on Friday and then ends on Monday.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
It's unusual. Usually they start something on
And then-
Raw and then finish on SmackDown.
They start them on SmackDown now
How's
because
the
it's on Fox.
inverse? Wow.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, dude.
Hello.
Yeah, block
Hey,
him.
he's back.
Block him. Block him.
Oh, he's being blocked.
Oh yeah.
He
Zevi,
needs
you're
to be-
censored.
Zevi.
Zevi, you're not uncensored.
Zevi, you
You're
gotta be
Can
censored.
You, put,
You
you
gotta
gotta
be
put the
censored
hand on the
here.
camera again.
Come,
Yeah, you gotta be censored. You're not wearing pants.
come.
Go with your mama. Go with your
Hand
mama.
on the camera.
Get.
You gotta go,
Shield up,
Zevi.
shield up,
Why,
shield
Zevi?
up.
Oh, cover.
I got him, right?
I think so.
I got him.
I don't think anybody saw his gimmick.
Aw, poor little fella.
Walking
It
in
looks like it's.
What is this?
pantsless.
Oh, Samoan Legacy.
Oh yeah, they're showing a video package for the main event because this is where we are. We're in the main event. Nice.
Well, 9:24. Usually, actually, the pay-per-views usually end around this time, right? So this is actually going longer than usual. Latest WWE pay-per-views.
That last match was pretty long. The ambulance match took a little
Oh,
while.
and you had the ladder match too is kind of long as well. So you
Yeah.
actually had a longer match than usual.
It should be decent.
Ladder match, apparently 26.5 minutes.
Well deserved.
Yeah. I'm glad they got all the time. Great match. Match of the night for sure. One of the best matches from the WWE all year. Have you seen a better match from WWE this year than that ladder match that we saw tonight?
Well, I mean, can you put it on the same level as what Charlotte and Rhea Ripley was? I mean, you kind of can't compare it. They're two different kind of matches. I mean, that was the best stipulation match, maybe. You've seen best wrestling match. I mean, it's not really a wrestling match.
It was one of the better matches we've seen all year.
Stipulation wise.
Where's Johnny? Oh, you cut out there.
I think I froze for a little bit there.
Yeah,
I just said stipulation wise, I think it was one of the better matches we've seen. Yes.
Yeah.
But wrestling wise, I mean, that's tough to say because again, not a lot of wrestling moves.
Just to recap what we've seen so far at Clash of Champions, Cesaro and Shinsuke beat the Lucha House Party to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Sami Zayn retains the Intercontinental Championship over Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in the Triple Threat Ladder match. Asuka retains the Raw Women's title over Zelina Vega in 7 minutes. Bobby Lashley retains the U.S. title over Apollo Crews in about 8 minutes. The Street Profits beat Andrade and Angel Garza in about 8 minutes to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. Asuka and Bayley go just under 4 minutes. It ends when Bayley just hits Asuka with a chair, and Asuka wins by disqualification. Bayley, though, retaining the SmackDown Women's title. Sasha Banks attacked Bayley after the match, but then Bayley beat her up. Drew McIntyre beats Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship in an ambulance match. Drew got help from Ric Flair, Christian, Shawn Michaels, and Big Show.
Weird.
He's supposed to be the top baby face, but it was like a 5-on-1 attack, but that's
true.
okay. That match went 21.5 minutes. Shorter than the ladder match. Felt way longer to me. That's because I enjoyed the ladder match a lot more. And now we're going into this main event. John, I think we picked pretty much everything the same going into it, but you thought that Jeff Hardy would win, and you thought that Randy Orton would win, and I told you, Sami and Drew. I'm on fire this weekend. I'm picking everything right.
Well, I would always pick Randy. I mean, if Randy was against John Cena, I'd still pick him. So
I know.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, sometimes you'd be right. They had a lot of matches, and Randy won some of them.
Yeah, not a lot of them, though.
Oh,
I mean, I think Randy probably lost more than
Could you
beat
not
John,
say Randy versus John Cena, though? I have PTSD from all those matches.
I wonder what the
watch.
win-loss record is on that.
It was so horrible. They were so bad, too.
It's funny but the one we saw live was one of the best ones. They had an I Quit match at Over the Limit. Was I Quit?
No, it was called. What was it called, John? You were there with
Breaking
us.
Point.
No.
Was it? Breaking Point was the pay-per-view, and it was an I Quit match.
Yeah, that was a good match. When Cena had Randy and the STF and the kendo stick or something, or chains.
Didn't Randy take a...
Except for Cena winning, it was good.
Yeah. But Cena took a lot of kendo stick shots, too, didn't he, in that match?
It was a good match.
It was violent, from what I
enjoyable.
recall. Yeah.
It's probably one of their best ones. Their TLC match was pretty good, too. The one, to unify the belts.
Jey Uso's out.
That was pretty good.
For the match. I guess
that was
Roman's
their last one, was it not?
Which one?
One of the last ones. When
one of the last
Cena
ones,
was the World Heavyweight Champion and Randy was WWE Champion. They had a unifying the belts match. And a ladder match or TLC match at the TLC, I think. And that's when they had that promo where everyone started attacking each other, like Punk, attacking Triple H, then Bryan.
Oh, yeah.
That
was good.
Attack Shawn Michaels. We thought they might have a feud.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, I think, Randy won that match.
And I also told you, John, that the main event here was going to be Roman Reigns. They have to main event with Roman. He's the guy.
And he's the most interesting character.
Well, it's a little surprising. I thought the ambulance match was a bigger match.
No.
This doesn't have a stipulation to it.
Oh, Roman's got...
That a lot of salad dressing.
Roman's got no vest.
And he's probably got new music. You can't really hear it, but
I don't think it's new. Is it? I can't hear it. No, it's the same.
no,
music.
yeah, it's the Shield
I'm
music.
on mute, so I
it's
can't
the
tell
Shield.
you.
Yeah, that's the Shield music. I thought they were changing this music.
Yeah, but changing the music is like maybe they change like a riff here or there, you know? Like
I don't know. I think
That's
they
the
should
new
take the
music.
Shield riff out. Like, just do away with any like relation to that era. Take off the the vest and take out the music. Change them completely. That's just me.
Roman's wearing the same pants. He just took the vest off. That's the only difference. Like,
Yeah, it's the same
not
pants.
like it's not like a full departure from what he was.
He's not wearing undies.
He still has like the same wristbands. They're the exact same wristbands with the exact same logo on them. I think the logo is the same too, and the pants are exactly the same as the pants he's always worn. He just took the vest off.
It looks better though. Looks kind of like The Rock, with the tattoo. Like, it looks more.
probably the intention is to make him look more like The Rock because they're probably going to build towards that match.
That's what
for
it
next
feels
year's
like.
WrestleMania.
Like, if there was still an audience going to these things, that's what it would feel like this is going towards. All the family talk. And then The Rock coming in to step up for the family. But do you think they'd still do that without the audience? They'd still have The Rock for that?
Well, in Florida, they could have WrestleMania again, so...
You think Dwayne wants to do that?
Johnny North. If there's a Florida left by April 2021, I don't think so.
They'll still be in Florida.
Not
I could definitely see WrestleMania happening in Florida next year for sure.
But you think The Rock's going to do one?
Not in front of people.
Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Whew.
They're opening everything up in Florida, so it makes sense.
I don't know. It's fucked up. I mean, some things have already been open, but with limited capacity and different things.
Well, you've seen the football games too. They've had it's not full, but they've had quite a few people.
I've been monitoring how theme parks have been operating and stuff, and it's not always 100%.
I thought Disney was closed.
No, Disney's reopened. In California, it's still closed. But in Florida, it's been reopened since June. I want to say late May, June. Universal opened a bit earlier.
Not at full capacity, though.
No. And you have to wear a mask everywhere you go in the park. Social distancing on rides. But a lot of guests don't follow the rules. So I don't know how effective it will be in the long
everywhere.
run. Yeah, but when there's crowded days, and sometimes those parks can be 30,000 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going
On a low day. That's what the number is. I remember
Yo.
when I worked in Florida, they would say, "Yeah, it's quiet today. Only 30,000 people in the park."
I'm good, man.
No problem.
I'm staying away from everybody. Even when they tell me it's safe, I'm still going to be like, nah, I'll give it another 6 months. I'm going to let everybody else do it. I'll let the rest of humanity be my guinea pig. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going nowhere. Little Nate
Well, you
Charles
still
Robinson,
go
our
in the places
referee.
as it is.
Huh?
You got to drop your son off. Go enough places anyways. You go to work.
Not the same as going to
Go to the
Florida,
store.
John.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to Florida.
Well,
I'm not trying to sit in an arena.
I love going to theme parks. I don't want to go to a theme park right now.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll be able to go back. I miss it. Love to ride a roller coaster.
Well, they get thousands of cases a day. We only get 800 something today or something, or
I don't know.
So a big number announced today. I think new cases, 900 new cases or something in
Where?
Quebec. In Quebec?
Nah, that's not that many. I don't believe that.
I don't think it's that far off from 900, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, come on. It's best not to think about it. That's what I do, man. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Do I have it? No. Does anybody I know have it? No. I still don't know anybody who's got it.
Quebec reported nearly 900 new cases on Sunday, and the source is CBC.
900 on Sunday? New cases? Yeah. Get it together, Quebec. What the hell are you people doing getting COVID? How you getting this? What are you doing?
People were marching saying, we don't want masks, and People
It's not
having
just those
parties
people.
and saying,
Parties
screw
and
it.
stuff,
People
yeah.
going to bars and
All sorts of stuff too.
Schools.
yeah.
Schools don't help.
LCC had to shut down. Herzliya. LCC, that's a fancy school.
All right.
For those who don't know. It's a very fancy school.
Yeah, well, maybe some of those people got COVID and spreading it around, so you got to shut down. It is what it is. I mean,
Well, the good thing is, no matter what,
It's the
like,
world we
we'll
live
still be
in
here.
now. I'm used
we were
to
here
it.
in lockdown.
Huh? Yeah, we'll be here no matter what. The shows will keep going. We're still watching wrestling, watching MMA, doing watch-alongs. We were here last night. We're gonna be here all the time. We haven't missed a single show. We haven't taken a break. There's been no skipping a beat. Johnny North used to be
I think
here
it's
sitting in a room with us. Now he's over there, not sitting in a room with us, but me and my brother, we're in a bubble. We're in the same bubble with the Bubble Boys.
Hopefully that won't change.
What do you mean?
I think it's a double shot
if
again.
Conditions
If
get
I'm
worse,
mistaken, right?
If they say we have to go back to how it was, in like March or April.
Then no bubble?
That's true.
If it
Then
gets
we can't
worse.
That's true.
fucking do jujitsu anymore? Yo, fuck that, man. I'm not going back, all right? You motherfuckers stay home so I don't have to go back to not doing
careful.
jujitsu. Because, Dave, without jujitsu, you're going to do that to me in the wintertime? I'm gonna do
God.
jujitsu to just random people that I see on the street,
It's going to
bro.
be Dave Reckoning for
gonna-
everybody.
Yeah, Dave Reckoning is going to come. It's going to be... Everybody's going to be Wrath to me. Or Mortis. Or Glacier.
Jinx.
Whoever it is. Everybody's going to be... everybody's managed by the Sinister Minister, and I'm coming to kick their ass.
Father James.
Yeah, Sinister Minister, bro.
I forget what his name was. James.
Come on, John.
James Vandenberg.
Vandenberg.
James
No,
Vandenberg.
wait, is this the same guy who managed Abyss?
Yeah.
Father James Mitchell.
James
Yeah.
Mitchell.
James
That's it.
Vandenberg.
James Vanderbeek.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
That's Dawson's Creek, John. You're confused. It's James Mitchell, not James Vanderbeek.
No, James Vanderbeek. He very much looked like him. No, there's no
Wait.
denying it.
John's fucking with us.
Yeah.
Father James Mitchell,
Classic.
a.k.a. Sinister. Wasn't he the Sinister Minister, too?
I think so.
In TNA.
Oh.
Was it TNA?
And
What was
probably
it?
he's Father James
ECW, I
Mitchell in
think.
TNA.
What was it? No, ECW was Sinister Minister, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think he
ECW.
started off as Sinister Minister, and then
Yeah.
he became Father James Mitchell.
Yeah, when he was
Later
managing
in TNA.
Abyss. When he was managing Abyss.
Yeah.
What was his name in WCW though? James Mitchell, Father James Mitchell, James Vandenberg,
Oh, Vandenberg.
Vandenberg. There you go.
Vandenberg. Yeah, he was James Vandenberg. He was the manager of Mortis,
Vaguely
who
remember.
had a feud
And-
with
and
Glacier and Wrath. Yeah, because Mortis and Wrath became a tag team.
Adam Bomb was one of those guys? Was he Wrath?
Yeah.
Was Adam Bomb?
Adam Bomb was Wrath.
With the hair.
And the mask.
Yeah, he was like
And-
in green.
Mortis was Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Before Canyon was Canyon, he was Mortis.
The late, great Chris Canyon. Underrated.
Yeah, he was very good. Innovator of offense, Chris Canyon.
Yeah.
Who better than Canyon?
I think Canyon was a job guy at first. He had another name before Mortis, but he'd been WCW for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Was he part of Raven's flock, too?
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
the flock.
Wasn't it like
Later
him?
flock though.
Wasn't
He was a
him?
jobber for a while, I think, as Chris Canyon, and then he was in a team called Men at Work with Mark Starr.
Men at Work. They construction workers?
They were a jobber tag team. Chris K, maybe his name was.
Sounds right.
But yeah, he was
That
a
makes
job
sense, yeah.
wrestler.
Wasn't it with Canyon, like when Raven went to his house and like he found out Raven was like a spoiled rich kid?
Yep.
I always liked that character
Yeah.
change for Raven. Like he found out Raven was actually like spoiled rich kid and like his parents were like loving him. He's like, shut up, mom.
Yeah,
I think it was like him and Ken. That was great.
that was a really good twist to the Raven character. You
Yeah.
thought like he was this dark, depressed guy, but it turns out he's just this poser douchebag who's like a rich kid who pretends like he's got
Yells
it all
at his
hard.
parents.
Yeah,
He's got like a tennis court at his house.
it's really good.
That was good.
Well, it was great that his
Why couldn't
character
WWE
went
be
from
more
like
creative like that? What was that, John?
his character went to 3 different feds. That was kind of cool. Like it carried over.
Yeah,
He was the only one to do that.
it worked really well in ECW and WCW. WWF, not so much.
He was like a hardcore.
No, but he was
wrestler.
over at least.
Kinda.
He's no Scotty Flamingo.
Or Johnny Polo.
Johnny Polo.
Johnny Polo was
Who's
the main
Scotty
thing,
Flamingo? That's who he was in WCW,
Same guy.
I think.
Yeah.
That was in WCW, yeah.
Didn't he manage Robbie V? Rob Van Dam?
I've seen him wrestle
Yeah, I think so.
Robbie V,
But-
didn't he?
yeah. I thought
Did
he
he manage
managed
him?
I thought he managed Robbie
I thought
V.
he worked him.
Or
I thought they had a match.
He worked him,
Maybe.
then I think he managed him.
yeah, it was oh, Raven. Such a career.
I like that we're talking about early 90s WCW while there's a WWE Universal title match going on, which is, Roman and Jey Uso kicking each other.
Very like 80s
Not
kind of
great
match
so
they're
far.
having right
No,
now. A lot
it's-
of back and forth.
It's not great. Jay threw 2 kicks and a punch, and now he hit a Samoan drop on Roman.
And we're in the same pants.
They look very similar.
Oh,
they
family.
have
It's all right.
They have similar
What's in the
tattoos.
pants?
They have similar pants. They have similar facial hair. Like a lot of their, like other than the family look, I mean their beards are the same. Their pants are similar.
Jay's is a bit bushy.
And their tattoos are very similar, right?
Well, Jay's got like some straps, like from like suspenders or something.
I don't know what's going
I think
on
it's
there.
like shoe, if I'm not mistaken, or no, it's
like
just like
hanging from his pants. What was he thinking? Is like Ortiz?
Who do you think you are? Ortiz or something? Was that a Superman punch? Was that a Superman punch? It was kind of weird. It looked like he kind of like dove and pushed his with 2 hands. I don't know. Was that a Superman punch? Reigns didn't get much. Oh yeah, I guess so. Didn't look great.
It looked like he hurt his shoulder there.
It was awkward looking.
Oh, he's holding his
Well, I
shoulder.
It
think
does look like he hurt his shoulder. Is he selling for it, you think, John?
I don't know, that rotation thing. It feels real.
I'm not sure, but I feel like this is going to be the last time we see Jey Uso in a main event of a pay-per-view. This is not doing it, man. This is not working.
I thought he'd be more high flying.
I thought it'd be more everything.
I mean,
What happened to Jimmy? Is Jimmy hurt?
yeah.
Okay, because otherwise this spot would go to Jimmy.
Jimmy next year, apparently, they say.
Early next year, which is like not that far away.
Usually it's Jay who has the injury.
Wow, Roman's got some really shiny new teeth.
You got dentures?
What?
Yeah, he got like veneers. His teeth are like super white and super like prominent. Oh, Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat.
You?
Thank you, Patrick. Says it's a birthday present for me and Freddie and AJ because it's all of our birthdays. It was AJ's birthday last week. He's 78 years old. It'll be Fred's birthday on Wednesday.
For 78, like the best looking
Oh, he looks
78-year-old ever. in my
amazing for
opinion.
78.
You caught me off guard with that one. He'll be 78 years old.
No, you shouldn't be caught off guard because I'm always making fun of how old AJ is.
I know.
But he was dropping references last night on the show that were just incredible. He was like talking about TV shows that like stopped airing before I was born, like the What You Talking About Willis show. What's that show?
With Gary Coleman?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, we know Gary Coleman, but we don't know that show. 'Cause-
Different Strokes.
yeah. So AJ was talking about Different Strokes, and I was like, AJ, I don't know that show. He's like, what? How do you not watch that show? I was like, because it stopped airing 3 months before I was born. All his references are so old. And then he started talking about like that guy from Bic Shavers, you know, He used to say, like, I'm the president of the company and I'm a customer, big shavers, you know? And then I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then I looked up the line that he was saying, and it was Remington shavers. And AJ was like, yeah, it was like in the 90s. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember this, AJ. And Fred, like, didn't remember either.
What, the 80s,
it
70s?
Was 1979.
Yeah.
His references are like so old, and he thinks that they're from like 5 years ago, but they're from a time that we never even saw. AJ's the best.
Wow. Remington shavers.
But for an 85-year-old man, he really does look good.
Yeah.
For 85, he looks good.
Could kick my ass.
Yeah.
Well, I think he likes to watch a lot of classic television.
So do I. But man.
No. I think just his references are just, you know, from when he was in his prime, in his youth. The good times. The 70s.
How we make Simpsons jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
He
like
makes different strokes jokes.
Like I'll make a Seinfeld reference, you know, and he'll make a different Strokes reference, you know? Just 20 years apart.
You know.
So why is this the main event? Like, I understand it's Roman, but this is nowhere close to as good as the ambulance match was.
That is true, but it's because it's Roman. Like, the main event, this is WWE, man. The main event is rarely the best wrestling match on the card.
Does someone have a goat?
Like in Thunderdome?
Is it an animal? Or no, it's
That's
a dog. It's a dog.
Just a lady with her dog.
I thought it was a goat.
You thought it was a goat.
I thought I saw like little horns.
When the edibles kick in.
Hey, goat?
He sees goats.
Del Rio!
That was the best. No one knows what we're talking about. There was
match is fucking boring. Let's tell them.
There was a Rob Van Dam promo once on Raw.
Those little split screen ones while he's coming to the ring.
Yeah,
he's about to wrestle Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, so it was a pre-tape, right? There was no reason why they would do this to Rob Van Dam other than make him look like a stoner who's like doesn't know where he is, right? So you just see RVD standing there looking at the camera like this. For a good 5 seconds, and you're like, why is he frozen in time? Like, you see him, like, kind of moving, but he's not saying anything.
I've
it's
been looking
clearly
for this
like
for ages.
He's waiting for them to tell him, like, go, but they haven't told him to go yet. But they have him on camera, and then they air this, and he's just standing there, and he goes, Del Rio, and he just starts like doing a little promo, but it was just so funny because he's standing there for a good 5-10 seconds looking just totally zoned out, like he doesn't know where he is.
His mouth is open.
His mouth is wide open, and he's just waiting for his cue, but his mouth is open because he's waiting to talk, like he's in, wrestler pose, waiting to start his promo, waiting for them to go now, except they don't tell him until 10 seconds after they have him live on camera. Not even live, because he's already walking to the ring. So this is a taped promo that they aired to make RVD look high on TV. And it was fucking hilarious. He was about to wrestle Del Rio. We got to find it one day. You got to find which Raw it was. Because he's just standing there.
For something for SummerSlam?
He's just standing there and he goes,
championship match?
Del Rio! Like, he just bursts into it. He looked so high. It was amazing.
It was probably on purpose.
It was great. I saw Sami Callihan like beat up RVD's girlfriend on Impact. Ooh. It was pretty crazy. That's the last bit of Impact I saw.
Tessa was the champion, so they're kind of okay with the intergender stuff.
Yeah. He like gave her a pile driver though. And she's not a great wrestler. I was like, is she able to take that? Is she okay?
Some kind of mass transit incident?
Remember her? She's what's her name? Katie Forbes. Remember she was in that match that I said was like the worst match I ever saw? Or was in a battle royal or something?
I said Booker's wife, I think, had a worse match, but yes.
No. But you remember what I'm talking about?
Charmel.
It was like Katie Forbes wrestling in some sort of Impact Wrestling match. Maybe on a pay-per-view I was watching, and it was horrible. I just remember her having like just gigantic proportions, being like really impressive to look at because you're like, whoa, what's going on there? And then like just everything, like muscles, breasts, ass, just like everything looked enhanced, like a cartoon
or like a creator wrestler, like all the sliders up.
Like she looked like crazy. like very pro wrestling, like everything over the top. But as far as like wrestling, I was like, whoa. I think she's here because she's RVD's girlfriend, because she's very bad at wrestling. She seems cool though. I like her.
I love how you just kind of put her over at the end there. Yeah, she's all right.
She's cool,
I mean, look, she's not great at wrestling, but she's really good at twerking. So who cares?
That's hard to do.
She's making money. She's RVD's girlfriend. She's on Impact Wrestling. She's doing her thing. Not everybody has to be Bret Hart, man.
Well, no, she has a role and she does it well, so it works, and it helps RVD a lot because like RVD needed something different, so it works.
Oos just hit his splash off the top rope on Roman for a near fall.
Did you hurt his balls?
2 count. He hurt his balls on the splash.
He's gripping his balls.
He is grabbing his balls. Uso hit a splash.
Did Roman hit him in the balls?
I don't know. He seems.
I think Roman maybe hit him in the balls. Oh yeah, Roman's.
Was that the cheat?
Oh yeah, when he kicked out.
So when Roman kicked out, he lifted his shoulder. His arm was like on the mat between Uso's legs. So when he kicked out, he went up like this between Uso's legs and gave him a low blow. They had to show us on the replay because it wasn't clear when he did it at first. And Uso was selling his balls, and we're like, did he hurt himself on the splash? But no, it was Roman doing something dastardly because he's a heel now. This is the cheat from Roman that leads to the spear.
He smiled pretty dastardly, too.
He smiled because he knew exactly what he was doing. So he crotched him, he did a low blow, and then he did the spear. And you think he'd pin him, but he's not pinning him. He looks like he wants to torture him. Now Roman is very, very heelish here. This is big time healing out from Roman because he's not only cheating, hitting him low, but also when he has his cousin beat, instead of finishing it and just winning the contest, he's adding insult to injury, and he wants to hurt his cousin now. So that's like, Roman's being a big jerk here.
And Charles Robinson's giving him looks like, that's enough, Roman.
Charles Robinson, the referee, is like, come on. Let's put a stop to this, Roman.
Look at him. Look how disapproving
he is. But Roman is grabbing Uso's beard, whips him against the ropes, and gives him another spear. So an illegal beard grab, followed by a whip against the ropes, followed by another spear. Charles Robinson, the referee, wants Roman to go for the cover. Roman's still not doing it because he's insulted that his cousin would dare challenge him for the championship.
Well, I think eventually the ref's just
telling
going
him
to
that
call
he's the head of the table.
You smiling?
This is my camera. This is my WWE. Jey Uso does look like he's smiling.
Yeah.
Roman is holding his face,
what's his face
and talking into the camera, and Jey looks like he's smiling.
To be fair, I find that's just the way he sells. It looks like he's always like smiling, but not really.
I guess, but like
he looked like he's going.
He just looked like. It looked like Roman and Jey were just posing for their family back home. Like without the sound and without the context of what he just did to him.
He's just like beat it up. It's like, now let's say hi to our aunties and uncles.
Yeah, like you could kind of we're here. We have a little bit of volume, so I could kind of hear Roman say like, "Look at them, tell them I'm the head of the family. Look at everybody, I'm the guy," But like without that, it just looked like they were like,
"Hey everybody, we're having a good time." Say, "Hey Jey, it's crazy.
We're WWE superstars. Isn't this crazy?
I'm gonna punch him now. That's my job."
Like you could say, well, that's the way he sells. Well, he's a pro wrestler, and facial expressions are important. Mm-hmm. When you're getting your ass beat, you just took 2 spears, and your cousin is embarrassing you on TV. Maybe try and look more angry or hurt or not just happy. It was very strange facial expression from Jey Uso.
Wince more.
Like, I get that, that's how he does it, but, like, do it better because you're a pro wrestler and facial expressions count.
Especially when you're in pain.
Look in front of a
I'm
mirror.
sure they're
going to
get that
your facial
framed,
expression.
probably.
Huh?
They're probably going to get that framed or something one day, I'm sure.
Yeah. So what was that? Was that part of the match, or was that them just like getting a nice photo from their match? I'm not sure.
Well, it was a little bit of both, telling the story.
It's not
And,
over. Roman is doing
side.
ground and pound. He's got him in a
Kinda.
full mount position. He's throwing punches and
This
elbows.
match has been over for
Oh, he's
5
making
minutes.
Roman face right there.
Yeah, this
Serious Roman face.
do the Roman face.
I declare
Because the referee
for the
wants,
Royal Rumble.
referee
match.
wants him to stop. The referee wants to check on Jey Uso to see if he's okay.
He's declaring.
And Roman is now holding his face again and talking to him. There's a lot of this holding the face and saying things to your opponent in this match. And now elbows to the back of the head from a back mount position.
Oh.
Oh, here's Jimmy Uso limping to the ring. The injured Uso is here with
the towel.
with a towel, asking his cousin or asking his brother if he wants him to throw in the towel for him to end the match. Jey Uso looks near death,
But he doesn't want to.
but he does not want to quit.
Roman
The
is insulted.
milking of this match is way overdone.
Well, they're probably not going to have a rematch, so they'll just do
Roman is-
all the possible,
Roman
configurations
is telling
now.
him to throw in the towel. You know what they should do is they should get Helen Hart to throw in the towel. I know. Rest in peace. I'm just saying she's really good at throwing in the towel.
Well, the idea of the mom,
Helen
though,
screwed
throwing
Brett.
the towel, that's not a bad idea.
Actually, she screwed Stu and then created Brett. But she also screwed Brett in that match.
It was Owen. Owen made her do it.
Yeah,
Owen
but Helen
tricked her,
did
yeah.
it. No one blamed Helen. Helen was the one that actually lost that match for Brett, okay? I still hold a grudge. Helen screwed Brett.
Damn it, Helen. You fancy New Yorker.
Oh, Roman continues the attack, and Jimmy throws in the towel.
At the end of the match?
And
Thankfully.
I think Charles Robinson is ending it. Did he end it?
Some kind of MMA style finish?
I don't know.
The MMA?
Charles Robinson seemed to want to stop the match, but I didn't hear a bell. I don't know.
Heyman's
And then
in the
Jimmy Uso jumped in and got between Roman and his brother, his unconscious brother now, Jey Uso. So Roman wins. This match was long and shitty.
ring. It is disappointing. I was expecting a lot more.
Good storyline. Bad match.
Oh, is there going to be a Jimmy Roman now?
Well, no, Jimmy's not ready till like January, apparently.
Well, they always say that, but then they come back 2 months early.
Super Jimmy. Naomi should come out, kick Roman in the balls.
Or hit her with the rear view.
They should have interviewed the
I wouldn't be
other
surprised if they
Samoans
come
on the
back with
roster
this
about
match.
this match. Like Naya and
Yeah.
Tamina.
Yeah,
Was that Johnny?
What are Nia's thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with this match the next pay-per-view.
Mm.
They love to overdo stuff.
It seemed pretty clear that Jey Uso had no shot, though, and the match wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop them from doing endless rematches.
So Jey Uso came to the ring wearing, what do you call that, a lei?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like a flower
necklace of
necklace,
flowers, yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
Jey Uso came to the ring wearing a lei, and now Paul Heyman, after the match, takes the lei and puts it on Roman's neck. And Roman stands tall with the title, and they announce Roman as the winner.
Wonder
Did
if
they
that's like a
announce?
special kind of like.
What was the decision on that?
ref stoppage?
I imagine.
Or like do
Yeah.
the towel throwing? Like just
Yeah.
some kind
Forfeit,
of
whatever.
special submission? Yeah. Heyman looks like disturbed by Roman.
Yeah, Heyman is like disgusted that Roman is so callous towards his family. Even Heyman. Even Heyman. But that's kind of the role he played with Brock. Like, Brock would beat the shit out of people, and Heyman would be like, oh my God, you went too far. That was too much, Brock. That was too much. Heyman plays that role. You know, he represents the guy, but he doesn't always condone everything that the guy did. That match sucked.
Bit of a downer way
Wow.
to end the clash. Started off strong.
Started strong, ended terribly. I did not like that match.
But I didn't mind the pay-per-view as a whole for some reason.
I didn't hate the pay-per-view, though. On 10, what are we giving it? Let's see it in the chat.
There, that's for sure.
Let me see your grade on 10 on the chat, and give me your match of the night on the chat. I think match of the night is going to be pretty obvious from everybody. If it's not unanimous amongst all of us, I'd be pretty shocked. Match of the night, I think without a doubt, would be the Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental title that Sami won. So Sami wins, which is cool because Sami's great. And the match was really, really good. Match of the night by far. I think not only was it match of the night, but I don't think there was anything else that was really in the discussion. We had a lot of matches tonight, but none that were particularly great. I'd say, if we would say number 2, second best match of the night, probably the ambulance match, Drew and Randy. Because other than that, the rest of the pay-per-view was pretty forgettable.
I like the pre-show match. The Cesaro and Shinsuke Lucha House Party was pretty good.
It was okay.
If that counts.
Yeah, it was all right.
Asuka and Bayley are too
Here's
fast.
the thing. You don't watch SmackDown, okay? You watch pay-per-views, you don't watch SmackDown. I've seen Lucha House Party versus Shinsuke and Cesaro in so many different combinations on SmackDown that seeing it on pay-per-view on a pre-show was kind of like, yeah, whatever. I've seen most of this shit before. Seeing it for the first time, sure. But after seeing it so much on SmackDown, I wasn't super impressed. But that's because it's oversaturated and I just see too much wrestling. But I did like. I thought the ambulance match was better than I thought it would be, but I still didn't really like it. Like if you said, "Hey, let's watch the ambulance match again," I'd be like, "Do we have to?" I don't really. I would watch the triple threat ladder match again. If you wanted to watch that match again right now, I'm down. Let's do it. I mean, we're not going to, but in theory, I'd be down to see that again. There's nothing really else on this card that I would like to see again. Johnny, match of the night, I think we're in agreement, and I think we're in agreement on what's the second best match of the night too, right?
Yeah, I think it's just you'd have the hard time trying to find the third best match.
Yeah.
It might be that pre-show match, actually, at this point. I can't really think of anything else that really stood out. And it took me hard to rate this pay-per-view because, man, I lost a lot of points in the last match. Very disappointing.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, that main event really hurt this pay-per-view. I'm seeing on the chat, Jason says ladder match was great, 4 stars. He gives it. Derek John says Vega versus Asuka was the second favorite match. I thought that match was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
But I liked the ambulance match, I think, a bit more, although it dragged, Vega Asuka was up there. I thought that match was pretty good. I was impressed with Zelina Vega. I thought that match was solid. Ladder match of the night, says Bob Cote. Sebastian Abair, same thing. Coolio wants to know who won the ladder match. Sami Zayn won the ladder match, Coolio.
That's right. Laval Zone.
I loved Gangsta's Paradise. Really
Undisputed
good stuff.
champion.
Undisputed Intercontinental Champion. That's right.
Is that Coolio on the line? Coolio's in the chat?
Coolio, apparently. That's his name. Says Coolio.
Man.
So I assume it's Coolio from Gangsta's Paradise, which was pretty good. Thanks for watching, Coolio. Hope you still have that cool hair. Johnny, what are you giving this thing on 10? I'm seeing right now on the chat. No, I'm not going to tell you because they're going to influence you. Let's give a number, Johnny. On 10, what are you giving it? And then I'll tell you what the chat's saying.
Well, because for the most part, I think we saw some pretty good wrestling. And then we saw some very good matches. Unfortunately, we saw some bad matches too. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 6.
6, pretty solid. Where are you going here on this?
Yeah, I like that. 6.
6 sounds about right.
Seems about right.
6 is good.
Yeah, I got a problem with 6.
6. Yeah, 6 on 10 sounds about right. I'm giving it a 6.5. I thought that ladder match was just so good. Gets an extra half point for me. The ladder match was kick ass. Like, you don't see that very often in WWE. A well thought out storyline that was properly executed with a good finish, a legitimate payoff, a finish that was hard to predict, a match that was exceeding of expectations, featuring 3 of the best wrestlers in the world today, 3 legit Hall of Famers. You know, like, sorry guys, as far as pro wrestling gets in 2020, it doesn't get much better than Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn battling for the Intercontinental Championship that Sami never lost, but he went away from coronavirus, and then they had a tournament, and they crowned a new champion, and AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy, they had their storyline while Sami was gone. Then Sami comes back, and he wants to reclaim the championship. Like, AJ won the tournament, won the vacant title. In the meantime, Jeff Hardy beats AJ, and then Sami comes back, and he's like, yo, I know Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles are involved in this IC title thing, but I'm the real champion. Then they have a ladder match to determine who the real champion is. Like, you don't really get...
You wish there was an audience for it.
Like, the ladder match was a really smart move. This wasn't TLC. This wasn't a ladder match pay-per-view, but they're like, yo, this storyline needs a ladder match because there's 2 champions, there's 2 belts. We need to figure out who the real champion is. Like Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. Let's do the ladder match here. It just made sense. It called for a ladder match. And AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, like, holy shit. And they all delivered, you know.
Great spots. Used the handcuffs, I love. Very creative.
Really doesn't get much better than that these
Especially
days.
Since he used the handcuffs and he won the match. Like, it didn't backfire on him. Like, no one broke free of the handcuffs, then got the revenge on Sami Zayn. Like, it worked. Like, AJ almost broke free.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough in time.
Yeah, it helped him, but it didn't cause the victory, but it did help him, and it was enough.
And it didn't backfire.
And Sami, you know,
wins.
cheats to win a ladder match, kind of does something underhanded, and it's hard to cheat to win a ladder match when there are no rules, right? It's hard to cheat and do something dastardly when there are no rules to begin with. When you can hit a man with a ladder and that's all fine, it's hard to find something that the fans might say, oh, well, that's not part of the rules. But, of course, you know, hooking Jeff Hardy's ear to a thing with a hook and handcuffing AJ Styles, like, you know, that's over the line. That's crossing the line within the parameters of the ladder match rules, and that's why it was a really good finish there from Sami Zayn. Like, the match was incredible. I thought it was just great, and it really doesn't get much better than that in the WWE these days. Especially, it really doesn't. So I was really happy with that. The rest of the pay-per-view was, you know, typical WWE stuff, but that was really good. That, you know, so for me, I'm giving it a 6.5 on 10. Because that match was kick-ass. The problem was the main event. The main event was not as good as I thought it would be. I thought that match was going to be a lot better. I thought Jey Uso would go a little bit further into, you know, pushing the limits and, you know, doing something. But him and Roman, they didn't do very much. They kind of told that story at the end where Roman was beating him up and he wouldn't pin him. But, you know, that dragged. It wasn't that great, and everything leading up to that was just kind of typical. You know, when you have a match like Jey Uso, who no one believes is going to win the championship, I would have liked a different story told where maybe Jey comes a little closer to beating Roman. There was the one moment where he did the splash, but, like, you know, do the splash, have Roman kick out, and then later on do, like, 3 splashes and make us think that you're going to get him, but then Roman, you know, puts his foot on the ropes, or Heyman jumps and stops the ref from doing a count or something, you know? But there wasn't enough belief in Jey Uso at any point in that match for it to feel like a real main event where you're thinking, oh, this has got me. I was never hooked. You know, this match didn't hook me at all because they failed to make Jey Uso credible in any kind of way. Already he's not credible because he's just one half of the Usos, right? And you're like, well, he's not a singles wrestler. He found his way in this match, but he's not credible. He's not going to beat Roman.
Especially now. It's not like he's been building himself up to be a singles wrestler.
That's it. And then,
he just showed up.
When you see him there, he's like not credible at all. So, wasn't great. Disappointing. Seeing people on the chat giving the pay-per-view different rankings. Patrick C. Hamilton gives it 6 on 10. 6 on 10 there from Patrick, kind of in line with what we're all saying. Jason gives it a 4.5. Didn't like it. Bob Cote gives it 7 out of 10. His ladder match is the match of the night. Pretty much match of the night, ladder match for everybody. Bob liked the pay-per-view, 7 on 10. I gave it a 6.5, pretty close there. You're giving it a 6. Johnny's giving it a 6. Derek John giving it a 5. Decent pay-per-view. Good matches. You know, nothing was terrible. Like, could you point to any one match that was, bad? The Bayley Asuka thing, whatever, was just a vehicle to get to Sasha Banks. Other than that, like, it was all fine. I don't think there was anything that was bad. Asuka Zelina
I could have done without the Street Profits and Garza and Andrade again.
Yeah.
That wasn't
like,
very good.
Not only that, weird finish, but just like we've seen that match, and like again, nothing new, and like unlike like Lucha House Party and Cesaro and Shinsuke, like at least those were great matches. This has never been a match to look forward to whatsoever, and we get it again. So that was really disappointing.
Yeah, that match, it's been overdone on Raw. Didn't need to be on pay-per-view. The Street Profits have held the tag team titles for like 9 months at this point, maybe longer.
They've done nothing really with it.
They've done nothing with it except
Brianna.
All they've done is beat Andrade and Angel Garza.
Or Bianca, that's her name.
Bianca, they do video packages talking about how she's awesome, and that's pretty much it.
She never wrestles.
She's what, John?
She's a narcissist now. Like, she just shows up everyone how she's like, better than everybody.
Yeah, they did a video package this week of Bianca just like in the gym showing up a guy with how she's good at exercising. It was weird.
All right.
They just show that she can lift a lot of weight and do a lot of things, but they don't really use her on TV very much. I thought, her and Asuka would have made a lot of sense at some point, but doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon. But the Street Profits, not only do they have this match where they've held the titles forever, but they win. They're still champions. Now, was that the plan? I don't know, because the finish was awful weird, where it was a 2 count. The referee, so Andrade kicked out at 2. Obviously, the referee counted 3 and just ended the match because I think...
Oh, I'm pretty positive Garza got hurt.
Yeah,
it looked like it for sure.
Angel Garza got hurt, but that seems like why the referee stopped the match, right? Because Garza was hurt on the outside, so the ref called it. Went for the 2 count. But how come Andrade kicked out?
No one got the message?
No one told Andrade to not kick out at 3?
The same thing happened. Remember when Ivar, he hurt his neck, right? They threw up the X, I think it was against the Hurt Business, and they pinned Ricochet. Ricochet kicked out at 2. The ref still counted 3 because there was an injury. It's just, I think the mentality is just end the match if there's an injury.
And then call it a controversial finish so no one loses face, I guess. It still looks like, they can make a storyline out of it.
Why would it happen there? Do you think it's on purpose that they kick out?
I don't think that they realized that the finish was changed. I think the referee was just told, count 3. Doesn't matter.
And, the wrestler just thinks, well, this isn't the end of the match, so I'm just going to kick out here like normal.
Yeah. I guess Andrade wasn't aware that it was the finish when the ref, just put his hand down for a 3rd count. And Garza was hurt on the outside. That was obvious in a real way. And now, who knows what happens there with Garza, how hurt he is, but there's nobody for the Street Profits to wrestle as far as a tag team right now.
Draft time.
Yeah, draft time, big time. They need to unify the tag team belts, which we've been saying over and over again.
No retribution tonight.
No retribution.
No slapjack.
Hurt Business was in effect. Bobby Lashley got the win over Apollo Crews. Little bit weird that Cedric Alexander wasn't on this pay-per-view with those guys. Shelton showed up for a minute and then left, but Cedric wasn't there. Anytime somebody's mysteriously absent, you got to wonder, do they have coronavirus? No Keith Lee, but he wasn't booked. But Cedric should have been there.
Commentary?
I don't think so.
I thought I saw Joe.
I don't know.
I thought I saw Joe. Because when they were talking about NXT, and then their camera went to Joe at the table talking about, NXT.
A lot of people have COVID in the WWE, and the fact that Cedric Alexander wasn't there makes you wonder, That's why the Nikki Cross wasn't there. I guess Nikki Cross might have COVID, or her husband has COVID, or whatever.
Some people are there just to lack of booking. Like Kevin Owens doesn't have it. Seth Rollins doesn't have it.
Right, they're just not booked.
Yeah. I hope Seth
Could
Rollins
be the other way
doesn't have
around with Cedric. Maybe his wife had it.
Yeah, maybe. That's possible. But either way, I think there's probably a COVID situation going on with Cedric, Nikki Cross, and either Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Nia Jax, or Shayna Baszler, because their match got canceled. You think it's Shayna?
Well, because she lives with Dakota Kai, right? So
Dakota Kai
Has Corona? I don't think so.
or is just in NXT?
Well, because it happened in NXT, right? So.
Oh, so that's a stretch though, John. That's a stretch. You're guessing.
Oh, I think it's a fair stretch. It's a fair stretch.
I think Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan probably live in Florida and have friends at NXT and are just as likely
Nia's
to show
probably
up.
got friends in NXT.
Just as likely to show up at that party and be the COVID people. Nia could have been getting COVID. Who knows, John? You have no idea. But I'm
blaming Nia.
Yeah, you could blame Nia. We do know that match got canceled because of some sort of COVID situation. So it did affect the pay-per-view in a couple of ways with a couple of women's matches.
Well, they did say on the pre-show that Nikki Cross, Shayna, and Nia weren't medically cleared to wrestle. So.
Oh, Nikki Cross, Shayna, and Nia.
Oh, Nia too.
Right.
Interesting.
Shayna and Nia, both of them?
Correct.
I wonder.
What did they say was wrong with them?
Oh, they definitely didn't say what was wrong with them.
Just not medically cleared. Okay, so it wasn't Liv Morgan or Ruby Riott. It's not the Riott Squad. It's possibly the tag team champions. Huh. All right. Well, I'm sure more information will come out over the next few days, and it'll become more obvious tomorrow night on Raw when they don't have two rosters to use on a show, right? Like they did tonight. They only have the Raw roster, a little bit of a thinner deal, and we'll see who's there and who isn't, and then we'll be able to figure out from there.
You'll see people double booked. That's what they do when this happens.
Or jabroni matches.
They double booked Cedric last week. Who are they going to double book this week if Cedric's not there? Apollo. Hurt Business. Dabba-Kato. Where was Dabba-Kato tonight? Where was Braun Strowman? Where was The Fiend? Where was Alexa Bliss?
Where was any of that?
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people missing tonight. Where was Seth Rollins? You know, a lot of people. Rey Mysterio, Dominic. A lot of people missing.
It was kind of strange.
Well, they can't book everyone on these short pay-per-views.
Is it just because the championship angle? That they have to be involved in like championship feuds?
I guess.
So
that's probably it, right, John?
They couldn't
we complain we see too much Dominic anyways. Do we need to see Dominic Mysterio more? I don't think so.
Dominic.
And Seth as well, too.
I think whenever Dominic is not on screen, the other character should just ask, "Where's Dominic?"
I agree. And if it's not Dominic, it should be Aaliyah in long promo segments, preferably in the middle of the ring, where she has to show a lot of emotion. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Aaliyah, Mysterio, and Dominic doing a lot more. Some cinematic matches featuring Dominic. Let's do that.
I'm glad we're kind of over that now. No more cinematic matches.
Let's go back to that, but focus on Dominic, okay? Then every pay-per-view will be 10 out of 10. Dominic versus Buddy Murphy, main event, WrestleMania, in a cinematic match.
Oof.
A Booyaka Brawl in the 619.
I'd rather they bring back Lawrence Taylor.
They battle through the streets of San Diego and try to social distance with the people in the street. Booyaka.
Well, Florida will magically be San Diego, I think, in that case.
That's right. That's right. They don't have to. It's wrestling, man. It's all a work.
Yeah. Just, you know, show a beach and be like, yeah, San Diego.
Sure.
619, John.
Booyaka,
619. All right.
Blowing up streets like Space Invaders. I always like that lyric.
RingsideReport.net is our website. You could go check us out there. Support our sponsors while you're at it. Go to manscaped.com. Hook yourself up. Manscape yourself.
Take care of your balls.
Take care of those balls.
They love you. Love them.
Love your balls. Look at Johnny. He's wearing his Manscaped shirt. He's fully indoctrinated. He loves it. He
loves his balls.
The Lawnmower 3.0. It's a tremendous, tremendous product.
I hope everyone loves their balls.
Everybody loves their own ball. I mean, not everybody. Some people don't want them. Some people want to get rid of their own balls, man. It happens, and that's okay too. But if you have balls and you want to keep them, Manscape them. Manscaped.com, or even if you don't want to keep them, you might want to Manscape them in the meantime. Manscaped.com, promo code, right? I mean, I'm not wrong. Promo code Ringside20 for 20% off your order plus free shipping. Manscaped.com, promo code Ringside20, and 20% off your order, free shipping is yours on all your Manscaped products. They've got so many great products. The Lawnmower 3.0 is very, very good. Now available in Canada. They've got products for your balls to keep you smelling fresh, looking fresh, and you'll be happy with it. And also, go to IPVanish. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net. Make sure that you don't get hacked. Make sure that your devices are safe on the internet. Protect yourself at all times.
Pictures of your balls.
IPVanish. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net. Do you have pictures of your Manscaped balls? Because sometimes you use your Manscaped and you're like, nice. Let me take a picture of this and send it to Fred. And then, somebody else that's not Fred wants to hack into your device and get the picture. You don't want that.
All over the internet.
You don't want that. So you need IPVanish. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net. And yes, I'm talking about Fred Garcia. Send him your unsolicited dick pics. Stitcher.com at Freddie MMA on Twitter. Stitcher.com/premium. Go to Stitcher. They've got over 100,000 different podcasts, bonus episodes, comedy albums, and more. You go to Stitcher.com/premium. You use the promo code Ringside when you sign up, and you get a free month. I mean,
heck of a deal.
Hell of a deal. Great audio. $34.99 a year, just $4.99 a month. But when you sign up and use the promo code Ringside at Stitcher.com/premium, you get a month free. Promo code Ringside. Stitcher.com/premium. Promo code Ringside. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one.
Right. Johnny, we will be back here for the Hell in a Cell live watch-along on October 25th. That's the next WWE pay-per-view.
Oh, damn.
We got a bit of a break ski.
It's about a month away.
That feels like a long time. October 25th.
Yeah. Well, then you have another double shot, though, because October 24th is the next UFC pay-per-view.
It'll be in the afternoon, too. That'll be fun. So, I'm fine with that.
Because on Fight Island, right, I think? If I'm not mistaken?
For Khabib. Khabib time. That's the next UFC pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah?
But that's in a while. What you need to know in the meantime is that you can catch Ringside Report MMA right here on the channel every Thursday night at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday night. I'm here. Freddie MMA is here. AJ DeLesio, Hollywood AJ, 0-5 UFC 253 AJ. 0-5 AJ, I think is what we're going to start calling him on the show, at least for this week, so he really hears it. 0-5 AJ is on the show.
05.
0-5 AJ.
05.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m. for Ringside Report MMA. And then Johnny and I, we talk professional wrestling. New episodes drop every Saturday morning for Wrestling Uncensored. Every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Johnny North and I talking everything going on in the world of WWE and AEW. And if you missed any part of this show, rewind. I gave you an update on what's happened in the New Japan G1. G1 Climax 30, the greatest tournament in all of professional wrestling. You've heard about it. Some of you watch it. Some of you have heard about it, and you're like, what is this G1? It sounds pretty cool. I know there's good wrestling, but it's hard to get into. I don't really know who anybody is. If there was only somebody that could recap it in a way that I understand and I could enjoy, and maybe I'd get more into it and I'd get to know these great wrestlers, and it wouldn't be such a foreign concept to me, and I could actually get into some really good pro wrestling. And I assure you, if you like pro wrestling, you like good wrestling, you'll like New Japan Pro Wrestling. Once you get involved, I remember I was like you once. I was an American wrestling fan. I was a Canadian guy. I was. Take it easy.
North American wrestling fan.
Yeah, you know what I mean? A North American wrestling fan, mostly American companies that I watched, And I was like hearing about New Japan for years. And I thought, yeah, it sounds really good. And I always heard it was the best wrestling, but it's hard to get into. Subscribe to New Japan World. Started watching the events. Everything's in English pretty much. I mean, not right away. I watched today's event in Japanese, which is totally fine because it's more fun in Japanese. You learn that, a lot of the moves in Japanese are exactly the same as they are in English, A headbutt is just headbutto in Japanese, Fantastic. Lariat, lariato, Very
nice.
simple,
Sounds kind of Italian.
So you learn a little bit of Japanese while you're watching the show. And you get to see some of the greatest pro wrestling on the planet. Where did Kenny Omega go? Where did the Young Bucks, have some great matches? It was New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I talked about New Japan Pro Wrestling earlier on this show. Sebastian Hebert, he's right there with me. He says Kota Ibushi, best in the world right now. Sebastian, I think Kota is very, very good right now. But I think that Will Ospreay is the best in the world right now. That match with Ishii was fucking incredible. And his match with Shingo was really good too. Shingo is so good. This is the thing, like, you guys, you like pro wrestling, and I'm talking directly to you and to Johnny. Like, you guys like pro wrestling. You don't really know how good Shingo Takagi is, and if you did, you'd be like, oh yeah, I really like Shingo Takagi. I really like Toru Yano. I really like Minoru Suzuki. I really like Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi. Like, there are guys in New Japan that you're just missing out on. If you're not watching New Japan, they should be paying me for this. They are not. But I'm telling you, there are just so many talents that you're missing out on. You watch this WWE stuff, and it's, it's okay. But the fucking G1, man, it's better. It's way better. Like, as far as wrestling, the stories, everything, it's, if you follow it, you pay attention. If you only want to watch that, I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's really good. People are missing out.
I don't doubt it, but we're stuck covering North American wrestling, so
AEW's pretty good.
I like it too. Hey man, we had a great ladder match tonight. I'm just saying, overall, the quality in New Japan is better,
and
but it's a different style in WWE. Like, they don't do triple threat ladder matches in New Japan, and I like triple threat ladder matches.
It'd be insane in New Japan, probably.
It would be nuts, but they just don't do that. They don't really do gimmick matches in New Japan.
Do the hardcore? They do the death match and the.
Not really in New Japan.
Not
in
Japan. No, not in Japan. No,
very
sorry,
rare.
Japan in general.
Yeah, DDT, they'll do stuff. Different promotions, they'll do more gimmick matches, but New Japan, it's usually just straight up matches, and it's very good. It's more of a sport based product. It's the closest thing to sport in pro wrestling, on a mainstream level that there is. So it's very good.
And there's entertainment in there.
Yeah, it's entertainment as well. It's a great show. I love New Japan. All right, but that's it. I just love pro wrestling. I think we all love pro wrestling. That's why we're here. We watch the WWE, and sometimes they give us pro wrestling that we love. And tonight, you know what? We saw a classic. We really did.
Could be match of the year.
Yeah. I think it might be.
It's up there.
At this point.
And Sebastian Hebert says English commentary for New Japan World is pretty good, too. And he is right. Kevin Kelly and Rocky Romero doing the commentary. I miss Don Callis. I thought Kevin Kelly and Don Callis were the best duo in all of pro wrestling commentary. But for my money, the best play-by-play guy currently is Kevin Kelly. I think Jim Ross is great, but he's not as good as he was. Kevin Kelly is the best play-by-play guy that's currently going in pro wrestling. If I wanted somebody to call a match in 2020, it would be Kevin Kelly. Former WWF guy. You remember Kevin Kelly.
Well, I always like Kevin Kelly.
I think he's great.
Underutilized. So did he ever use him in play-by-play?
A little bit in WWF.
He's usually backstage.
A little bit. But
usually with The Rock and
he's
stuff.
the New Japan guy for English, and he is just top-notch as far as I'm concerned.
Still kind of sound the same?
Yeah. He's the same guy.
He was Hermie, right?
Hermie?
I can't believe you guys forgot about that. Wow.
Refresh our memory.
The Rock used to always call him Hermie.
Call him Herbie?
Why?
I don't remember that.
Well, because he thought Kevin Kelly was a certain kind of way.
Oh,
So he called him that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I was just talking about how most of The Rock's promos were very homophobic and transphobic. And if you look back on a lot of the stuff that The Rock said, like half of The Rock's gimmick at a certain point in the late 90s, early 2000s was like, do you like strudel or do you like pie? And if you like pie, well, that means you like women. If you like strudel, that means you like, men. And, like, if you like strudel, you were, like, a dick and you suck, and The Rock would make fun of you, right? So there was, and he would do that to men.
And
his opponent. And huge pops in arenas. But if you go back.
That was wrestling audiences back then.
If you go back and you watch that stuff, you're like, oh, wow. They could not come near doing any of it. And Rock was a huge babyface.
I remember reading in Chris Jericho's book when he would wrestle The Rock in Japan. He told The Rock to call him gay in Japanese.
Yeah, and he got a huge pop. Yeah. There was a lot of The Rock.
Cena did a lot of
in
it
his
too.
prime. Like his promos, when he was really big and popular in the 90s there. Super homophobic. Super bad.
I remember Stone Cold doing that.
No, Stone Cold didn't
He was
do
a
that.
redneck character.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He just wanted to kick people's asses and drink beer.
Yeah, he didn't really care who you were.
You were just a
hated
sorry
you.
son bitch.
He hated everybody, and you were a piece of garbage, a piece of trash, and he was gonna stomp a mud hole and walk it dry.
Yeah.
That's why Stone Cold was great. Equal opportunist. He would hit everybody, even his wife.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, let's leave you on that image.
That's fun.
Well, it's sad but true. All right.
Yeah.
It's sad but true.
Metallica.
All right, we love you all. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton for supporting the show. We appreciate you. Thank you to Antoinette. Thank you to Lee J. Robinson. Thank you to everybody hitting us up on Super Chat. Thank you for supporting the sponsors, Manscaped, manscaped.com. Use the promo code Ringside20 for 20% off and free shipping. Stitcher.com/premium. Use the promo code Ringside for a free month. And IPVanish. Protect yourself at all times. VPN.ringsidereport.net. That's it.
Yep.
And you got anything to say? You want to say bye? John, you want to say bye? John, say bye.
Good night.
And that's the way it is.
Yeah, so hope you enjoy the show at our Clash watch along. Bye.